Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed. Numerovation with King Simon. Text me now at 347-496-1022. You could also take my course if you want to, but do text me for your sessions at 347-496-1022. You could also get my books on Amazon at Linktr.ee/King Simon the Numerovator. Remember, you can book your session and get it done right now. 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. King Simon the Numerovator.
Hey everyone, it's Billy Carson, aka Forbidden Knowledge. I am thrilled to introduce to you an extraordinary weekend event happening right here in Miami, Florida on August 3rd and 4th. It's none other than the second annual Forbidden Conscious Awards weekend. After the tremendous success of last year's event with over 1,200 attendees from around the globe, we knew we had to make this year's event even more spectacular. On Saturday, we have a captivating conference lined up featuring world-renowned speakers such as Muhammad Ibrahim, Merkaba 13, Robert Grant, Billy Carson, and a women's panel hosted by Elizabeth Carson. Following the conference, we'll set sail for a VIP yacht cruise at sunset where you'll have the chance to mingle with your favorite nominees and celebrity guests, all hosted by yours truly, Billy Carson. On Sunday, August 4th, kicks off with a Forbidden Knowledge book publishing signing event, followed by the highly anticipated second annual Forbidden Conscious Awards. This is a red carpet affair, so come dressed to impress. Remember last year we surprised a lucky guest with an Audi A4 during the awards, and this year we're upping the ante with a chance to win a Mercedes-Benz. So make sure you secure your tickets early. This event is sure to sell out quickly. I cannot wait to see each and every one of you there for what promises to be an unforgettable weekend.
Yes, greetings. Let's give Billy Carson a well-deserved round of applause. Yeah. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for being a part of the Numerovational Perspective. I am your host with the most, your brother, Brother King Simon in the building. How y'all feeling today? Let me tighten this up. Let me tighten up this hat. Let's keep it like that. King Simon Production is in the building. How y'all feeling this morning? Yawning. What up, though? Yes, I'm feeling good this morning. Let me pull up a little bit. Pull up to the bumper, baby. The big back limousine. Yeah, that's my cousin. The one, the only Grace Jones. On my daddy's side. That's family on the daddy's side. The Walters family. Yes, the Walters family is in full effect. So how y'all feeling today? Hey, look. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling vibrant. I'm feeling energized. Got my waters all over the place. Took some of Dr. B's products. And we're going to be speaking about the numerovational and spiritual perspective of walking with purpose. Yeah. And I want to take the time out to remind everybody, you got until August the 1st to make this happen. This is like a special until August the 1st. And it's only $77 energy exchange, $77 energy exchange for 11 minutes and 11 seconds pre-recorded session for guidance. And you are allowed to ask 3 basic questions, whether you're dealing with your health, whether it's a relationship, Wherever you want to go with it, just remember that numerology or the study of numerovation or numerology is not psychic. So it's important that you realize that we pay attention to patterns, cycles, and sequences in your life from your past, present, and future. And also, like I said in my book, Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated, an easy to learn method that exercises the mind intuitive faculty. So, what numbers does, it exercises. Sometimes you need exercise to build up those muscles. So, it exercises your mentality and your spirituality to help you connect with your intuitive faculties. So, once you understand that, it can be very helpful for you along the route, and it can be very edutaining to find out how you could help other people like your children and family members and all of that. Also, just want to remind people that myself and the one, the only Carrie Ann Ingram will be interviewing Joshua Sarah, the mathematician. When it comes to mathematics, this man, he's a teacher, he's a graphic artist, he's a spoken word artist, and he is going to be speaking about, we're going to be in conversation on how math is the first sense. Makes sense. Math is the first sense. So make sure y'all tune in for that when we bring in Joshua Sarah this coming Wednesday. So that is going to be, today is Monday. Today is Monday the 29th. Let me check, because I've been messing up days and times and all kinds of stuff. Let me check. Is today Monday the 29th? I don't know. Yes, today is July the 29th, because I messed up the day the other day, because I'm just living on a whole nother frequency, man, when it comes to doing so much. And that's why I don't like to really date my videos. I don't really like to date them, because sometimes I just be doing so much and I will forget a date in a minute. I will forget the dates. But do remember, I do ask people to at least follow one of my rules. And please like, subscribe, share, comment, and please thumb up the video. Thumb up the video. Share it with at least 5 people if you can, because if you share it with people, they're going to get something that's very important. And share it with young people, share it with old people, share it with whoever, because I'm finding out my demographics right now is between 17 and 55, or like 17, between 17 and 65. That's what I'm finding out, my demographics. So you can share it with young people, and I guarantee that if those young people are open, that they will learn something to give them guidance. I want to big up a young man that's been watching me so far, Dominique, or Dom, as his mother called him. Big up to Millie and the whole crew that be watching me over there in Tampa, Florida. The son, I got to I got to check out. The son is doing his thing. He's getting into the gaming world, and that's good. He's born February 23rd. And one thing about people born on the 23rd, because that number is the number of the royal star of the lion or lioness, if they step into their royal glory as a child, now that he's 13 and he's watching and paying attention to myself and Dr. B and Brother Rich and all that, by the time in the next 10 years, if he takes this information serious, oh, he's going to be powerful in whatever gaming world he's into and whatever social world he's into. He's going to be very powerful. So young people, I do sessions for young people also. Matter of fact, if you just want to do a special for your child, just to get some guidance, hey, I can do that. Just their first name and their birthday. Give you some guidance about your child. I don't care, between the ages of at least, because once they reach around 17, 18, they're adults. But if you want to get some guidance to share the audio with them, hey, you can actually book a session, a very reasonable 77 pre-recorded 11 minutes and 11 second guidance for your child. Yes, I do that too. I don't care. And you can save that video, or say, because this is recorded on a private YouTube link, so you can actually save that video or share it with him. If you want to pay for it, your child is going through some stuff and he wants to, or she, and you want to pay for something quick, do a quickie for them. This 11-minute, take advantage of this 11 minutes and 11 seconds. It's only available until August the 1st before I get back into my regular pricing. You know, I'm trying to help here. I'm trying to assist. So if you got children and young people, even if you have a baby and you just want to get a basics breakdown on what you need to look out for with your children and your child, I do that also. Now, if you have more than 70, if you have more than one child and you're trying to do 2, 3, 4 children, then it's going to cost more. But if you let me know you're doing 3 children, then I will probably break it down and narrow it down. If you're doing 3 or more children, let's put it like this. If you're doing 3 or more children, then I will knock it down to $66 per child. If you're doing 3 or more children, not one child, 3 or more children, then I will knock it down to 66 per child, because I can't do 3 children in 11 minutes. I'm not doing that. You're not going to stress me. I'm not doing that. But I'm sure that it can be very helpful for guidance. It can be very helpful to show that child the way. You see how I just broke down Dom's number with the 723. Because he's born February 23, his alignment number, just as he is born on the 23rd, his alignment number is the 25. So he holds on to things and remember things very good, even with something that happened with mom or dad or in the family. But I'm always telling people that when children are born on that 23 energy, because it's the royal star of the lion and the lioness, remember that 23 can also go down the addictive road. But your job as a parent is not only to help him or help her find their purpose, help them to walk in their purpose. Walking with purpose is the theme of the show today. Is not only to help them find a purpose, but to help them, like somebody like him, you have to help them to be addictive to positive things, productive things that's going to lead them in a positive road of walking with purpose. Because if children are the future, we sing these songs. I believe the children are the future. I sang that for my junior high school graduation. You know, I sang that song there. So I understand the importance of trying to align your children. But at the end of the day, due to peer pressure, due to being bored in school, because I was a bored child in school. My mother watched me on YouTube when I'm doing these classes and this lesson, and she said, "Boy, look at my child doing math and all that." And she remembers in my math class back in Erasmus, when I was in math class back in Erasmus and Martin Luther King, before I got kicked out of Martin Luther King High School to my zoning school, which was Erasmus Hall, I just used to raise my hand, answer the question, and when I felt bored, I just walked out the class, go cut school, go smoke weed with my friends and all that, go deteriorate my brain cells with my friends. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not telling children not to leave school. I'm just telling parents to be aware that when they go to school, usually the school is a killing farm of because their history books are biased. The history books are only promoted, especially towards the melanated family. The history books, instead of teaching world history and how everybody contributed to the building of the world, and who are the original people of the world, and who are the melanated of the people of Asia. That's why the Asiatic Massive is doing a phenomenal job with their children as far as technology and mathematics is concerned. And I'm talking about the people from India. I'm talking about the people from Japan, the people from China. They're doing a phenomenal job, because although they allow their children to do their so-called hobbies, but they definitely emphasize technology, because they know that the tech world and the nerd world will take over the world. The billionaires are the nerds. The billionaires are the nerds. The Bill Gates and the Elon Musk and the other ones that are running, the Steve Jobs, were the nerds. So do not take them away from their nerdy attitude of gaming, but learn how to show them how to go into the deeper nuances of gaming and using the gaming system and learning the back door of gaming. Because some people born under that 23rd energy, or let's say people born today on the 29th energy, the 29 for a child. And again, in my book, I tell you the superpowers to look out for, to give or align them with your children. So if a person is born on the 23rd of the month, or let's say the 23rd, the 5th, the 14th of the month, the number 5's ability to adapt and change to any given situation is just 2 of their superpowers, alongside the internal passions and gifts, and to learn a variety of subjects about people, places, and things. This is their superpower. And their superpower is to be charismatic, spontaneous, multi-talented, magnetic. This is in my book. I talk about the different superpowers of different numbers in this book. So if a parent, what I go on to say about the importance of parenthood, if a person or a child or a mother is connected to a child born on the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd of a month, their job as a parent is to help them to be actively focused from childhood to adulthood. Help them to be focused. Help them to continue to develop their quick wit. Help them to learn the importance of respecting freedom. It's in my book. I talk about it. And that segment, that chapter in my book is chapter 8. Maximize and activate the vibration of the numbers. Because that is the job of the Numerovator, to maximize and activate the vibration of the child's number. That is the job of the adult's number. So, because sometimes adults allow themselves to be, I can't learn anything new. We take on these things that says, oh, we only have until 25 to learn. That's bull crap. That is bull crap. Don't let people tell you that only up to 25. You're like, I'm learning every day. The process may be a little slower, but it doesn't mean that you can't continue to learn if you put yourself into it. Because if I put myself into a subject matter, believe me, I'm going to learn it, and then I'm going to spit it out. Because the more I learn and spit it back out to audience, or spit it back out to myself, then it becomes a reputable or a repetitious thing in my mind. So now I got to learn to apply it. And now I got to learn to use it on other levels. So don't let people tell you that it's only up to 25. That's another illusion. That's another illusion. It's just like saying we only use 10% of our brain capacity. That's also an illusion. I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson say that statement took on wheels and legs off of a lecture that somebody said. And everybody started coining this 10% of our brain capacity, 10% of our brain capacity. That's another myth. he said it. I was like, a scientist is saying that was something that was coined after somebody taught a lecture. I forgot the name of the person that was lecturing. So we gotta stay focused, man. No. I'm not claiming none of that bull crap no more. To 10% of my brain capacity, I'm only using 10%, or using 5%. When the people in rural areas are using probably 50 to 100%, because they're doing extraordinary things without YouTube and social media. They're doing extraordinary building things that you would never think about using to build a whole hut, or build a whole house, or build a whole trailway underground. Something that we wouldn't even think about doing. So we got to be very careful of what they keep on promoting to us. We got to keep on those little sayings and those little things that hold us back mentally. We got to be very mindful of what we say to our children, what we allow in their head to hold on to. Because if you keep on calling a child a knucklehead, then guess what? They become a knucklehead. If you keep on calling a child no good, Negro, or whatever, they keep on becoming a no good Negro. If you keep on smoking and drinking around the child and arguing around the child, and guess what? They will become an arguer and drinker and smoker most of the time. I'm not going to say all of the time, because although my father and my uncles were selling weed and all that kind, when I got weed, I gave it away. I didn't want to sell it. I didn't want to have no part of it selling. I just wanted my friends around me to have fun while I was finding this weed in my family's house and just walking and taking it to my neighborhood where I live, and we were smoking in the hallways at 12, 13 years of age. I remember that. To the point the children, one of my friends, when they called me and reached out and said, he told her brother that she spoke to me. He said, "What? Oh, you spoke to him who used to give us weed when we was younger?" I used to give away weed. You know what I'm saying? I know people would have loved to be a friend of mine back in those days. I used to give away marijuana because my family was importing it from Jamaica back in the 80s. And I said, you know what? I ain't going to go through all that stress of selling none of this stuff. I'm going to give it away. I had the nerve to give it away. You know what I'm saying? I had the nerve to give it away in my time. So, all right, let's get into the subject matter. First of all, let me put up the spiritual meanings. I want to do with spiritual meaning. Then I'm gonna ask a question. Then I'm gonna break down numbers. I'm gonna break down the numbers because walking with purpose means something in numerovation, in my perspective, from my perspective. You know what I'm saying? Walking in my purpose, with purpose, holds a profound spiritual meaning. Look what I put on the board. This is my notes that I took last night. So, number one, what does it mean to walk with purpose? Well, that's the question that's what I don't want. I want to go to that was the question. Okay, so walking with your purpose holds a profound spiritual meaning. Intentional journey. Walking with purpose symbolizes an intentional journey through life with a clear direction and meaning. How many of you are walking with intentions? Or how many, let's say this, those who are walking with intentions, put the number 1 in the chat. Those who are still trying to find direction and meaning, put the number 2 in the chat. Those who are walking with intention and know the direction, put the number 1 in the chat. Those who are still trying to find your direction, put the number 2 in the chat. Then I'll know exactly how I got to deal with these people, deal with y'all. All right, good. People are putting number 1. You already know. Good. Number 2, Divine 9 is trying to find his way. All right, got it. Okay, this person knows is 1. Okay, this person, okay, Phoenix is trying to find a way, still looking for it. And I'm telling you, sometimes even, let me explain something to y'all. Okay, let me see. Okay. Nogi, he got his. He's walking in his purpose. Okay. Urban shamans. Okay, walking in their purpose. And purposes are multi-leveled. It's not just one level. Okay, Meditated Brown is walking in their melanated brown is walking in their level. Okay, they know now. Phoenix said they're still trying to learn their direction and all that. Divine Man is trying to 9 lines. See. Even the handles that you use on these apparatuses is letting you know what you need to do. Phoenix 888 is telling you what you need to do, because if you created that handle creation came out of your soul. So if you study what the Phoenix does and what the rebirthing of the Phoenix does in history, and why the Phoenix symbol is important, now you start to find the direction where you need, because your handles that you choose on Instagram or YouTube are also something that pinpoints and gives you direction. And then because you chose 888, because 8 is all healing numbers of discipline, order, structure, and healing, and 8 times 3 equals 24, which is another form of healing. That means the Phoenix is supposed to do some healing work, because the Phoenix is a symbol of rebirth. So what do you? So you already know what you. That's why I tell people we already know what we're supposed to do. When I chose to put King in front of Simon, Simon means to hear. Simon means to listen. What am I listening to? What am I hearing? So back in my club life, I was listening to music and degrading music and all that kind of stuff, and reggae and dancehall and hip hop and all that. But being a king is the root word of king is kin, kith and kin, something dealing with bloodline, ancestral connection. So I am a bloodline of somebody who needs to listen and hear impeccably, but also hear within myself and guide myself through my hearing, because the name Simon means to listen or to hear. I gave myself a meaning. Even the names your mother and your father gave, even if you look up the meaning of those names, it gives you a direction. But sometimes the numerical aspect of that first name or that middle name or that last name gives you more of a direction. So when I go into number 2 of what I'm saying, number 2, mindful steps. Each step represents a mindful and present moment, fully engaging with the current experience. Are you mindful with the steps that you take? Are you fully in engagement with what you want to accomplish and what in your purpose and what you want to walk in? Because right now in my 11 personal year cycle, 2, I'm born February 1st, plus 1. That's the first day, plus 2024, which adds up to a number 8. 2 plus 1 plus 8 is 3. So I am in my personal 11-year personal cycle, which is the year of mission, finding your mission, lighting the way, showing the path. So this is probably the best time to do sessions with me now, because I am downloading and uploading information to give people guidance. That's why you see me coming up here constantly with notes. Now I'm giving you notes, and then I put these notes in the description so you could overlook them and check them out and unpack them for yourself. So in the description of this video, you're going to see these notes. I make sure I do that now. These are notes that I've taken. And I say, you know what? Let me help share it with people so they don't have to keep on rewinding and going back. So being mindful with your steps while walking your purpose is very important. Each step represents a mindful and a present moment, fully engaging with the current experience. What are you currently experiencing that you're walking with your purpose? Did you have to walk out of people's life so you can walk your purpose? Did you have to kick somebody to the curb because you need to walk to your purpose? Because when you're walking in your purpose, the third one says the path of destiny. Walking with purpose suggests alignment with one's life path and destiny. Numerology, or the study of numerovation, reveals your life path and your destiny number. So doing a session with myself or Lloyd or Jackie or whoever, it helps to guide you on your life path, because the life path is something that follows you throughout your life with all the other numbers connected to you, whether it's your name, your birthday, or your destiny number, which is connected to your name, your birthday. And did you know if you add the destiny number with your life path, that is what we call power goals in certain aspects of numerology. Let me say that again. If you add your life path with the destiny of your full name, of what it adds up to, both in the Pythagorean and the Chaldean system, that's where you find your power goals according to certain systems. So let's say my life path is a 17, which it is. And let's say the power, the destiny number according to my let's say the destiny number according to, when I add up my full name, if you add my full name up and it adds up to a number 5, then I would add the full name up that adds up to a number 5 to my destiny, which is a 17, and it equals 22. So my power goals is to be a master teacher, master architect, and master guide through the 22, because my destiny number from reading out my whole name adds up to a 23, which is a 5, and my life path adds up to a 17. So I would add the 17 plus the 22. That's a whole different methodology now. And sometimes I don't even use that in my sessions unless my spirit says to use it and go there with that person. Sometimes my spirit says don't do it. Sometimes my spirit says do it, because sometimes I'm I'm connecting with the person that I'm doing the session with through their numbers and their name and their birthday. And then my mind says, no, they're not ready for their power goals. They're still contemplating and they're still playing games. And I have to go with my spirit. My spirit says, oh, damn, man. Oh, damn. Okay, I can't share that with that. I can't share that with them. I'm sorry. Maybe they're going to have to come back and do it one more time where my spirit says, give them their power goals. Show them where their goals, where their destiny and their life path meets. Because your destiny and your life path can meet if you're willing to do the angles and recognize the angles and the angels like I put in the back of my book. And yes. So yeah, Phoenix says, wow, that's deep because deep inside, I know I have healing to do and have been working towards that. Yes. So when you just because you choosing the name Phoenix 888, the 8 is a healing number, and Phoenix represents the rebirth. So the rebirth of the Phoenix is to not only help heal yourself from family traumas and the drama that you went through, because it adds up to the number 6. It breaks down to the number 2, 4, and 6, the 24, which is a 6. So it tells me you need to heal, not only to take what you've learned from others, because 8 is the multi-tiered level of multiple streams of income. Because 8 is multiple streams of income, but it has to be something in regards to healing, helping, and guiding not only yourself but others. But do work on yourself first. Always work on yourself, no doubt. Because if you don't work on your own backyard, you can't help nobody else's backyard. Number 4, trust and faith. When you're walking with purpose, it demonstrates trust and faith in the universe's guidance. Whether you call the universe the Allah, God, Jehovah, whether you call it the creative force, universe's guidance, knowing each steps lead to growth and learning. Even if you feel that you fail, your failure are lessons in order for you to flip and turn them into blessings. So having trust and faith is important. Number 5, inner guidance. Just like Phoenix just said, she know, you already know. It's just your child trying to find out and get their footing. If you have a child, it's your baby that's trying to get it. So if I do that numerovational guidance, I will give them a little light, a little floodlight to where they need to go. But the number 5, inner guidance, walking with purpose, listens to the inner guidance, honoring intuition and inner wisdom. Many of us doubt our inner guidance. Many of us second guess our gut feelings. Many of us second guess our spidey senses. Pay attention to the movie Spider-Man from a more metaphysical perspective, please, because Spider-Man represents Anansi. Those who don't know who Anansi was those stories of the age of Africa. They talked about Anansi the spider. Matter of fact, I have a book called Anansi the Spider, the tale from the Ashanti. Now, I'm finding out that my tribe from out of Ghana is Ashanti tribe. Most of the Ashanti elders or the Ghanaian elders always say I look like one of those Ashanti boys. This is the book called a beautiful color book. It's very colorful, but this book is called Ashanti the Spider, a tale from the Ashanti, Anansi the Spider. Very good book to have. Look at the beautiful colors in this book. Let me throw myself in the front real quick. Look at the beautiful colors in this book. It's telling one of the stories about Anansi and his children, because all of them are Anansi's children. So he's talking about all of the children. He had six children, spider boys or something like that. And you got to remember, Anansi the Spider is one of the great folk heroes of the world. It's a power, you got to get this for your children. I can't be talking about that right now, but powerful book. And when I seen it online, I said, you know what? I got to get it because I was raised with that I was raised with that Anansi story because my family in Jamaica used to talk about Anansi and all that kind of stuff. Then you had Miss Louise Bennett, and all of them that used to talk about Anansi the spider. Very powerful book. Very powerful book. Phoenix says, "Thank you, King Simon, for these lessons. Definitely have my pen and notebook. Like Shane, I'm in the front of the class." Thank y'all very much for being in front of the class. Thank y'all very much. Because I used to, if I was bored in class, I'll be leaving the class. That's one thing about me back in the day. And I try to make sure I'm interesting and informative. That's why I got it up here on the top of the board. If you read the top of the board, be interesting and be informative. I want to be reminded to be interesting and be informative. And many of you can say, I'm very interesting. And crazy as I am, I'm very interesting. So let's get back into what we were speaking about earlier. All right, let's get back into it. Hold on a second. Let's get back into it. Okay, so I want to finish this off before we go into breaking down the numbers. Inner guidance, walking with purpose, listens to inner guidance, honoring intuition and inner wisdom. Now, how do you really purely listen to your intuition? It takes meditation. It takes, sometimes for an example, I'll be walking in the house, in my own house, and my spirit says, turn on the treadmill. I need to run. Boom. I turn on the light on the treadmill. Although I'm still walking, I'm walking from my staircase through my living room, and I see the treadmill. I turn on the light on the treadmill, and I'm still walking because I'm going to the kitchen and going past the kitchen, going to open up windows and all kinds of stuff. But my spirit already let me know you got to do some running today. I may skip a day. I may do it at night. I may do it later on, but while I'm watching a television show or studying a movie, I'm running on the treadmill while watching the movie. Like last night, I was watching The American with George Clooney, and I was watching how a somebody like him as a assassin put together things and formulate things in his thoughts, and I'm just watching and I'm working out. I'm doing my thing. So I know that if my spirit says do this, I do it. If my spirit says go and ground myself, I do it. If my spirit says do some Tai Chi, Qigong, I go do it. If my spirit says go hug the trees, I'll go do it. Real quick, I'll stop everything and go do it. That's how quick it is. That's how you got to live in the inner guidance, and walking with your purpose helps you to listen to your inner guidance and honoring your intuition and your inner wisdom, because it is wisdom that's connecting me to want to go and stretch my legs or train my body or do some Tai Chi and all that kind of stuff. It's not a regular regiment. I do it when I want to do it because I know when my body is talking to me, that's where it comes to this next number 6, authenticity, being authentic. It embodies authenticity, walking in alignment with one's true self and value. So what I just told you, I'm being authentic with myself. I don't have to do a constant workout every day and being in the gym. I don't even like going to nasty ass gyms. I don't care if it's LA Fitness. I don't care what it is. I don't like nasty gyms. So I bought me a treadmill and I use the floor, the ground, the trees. I have my own sauna. I do and I clean it myself. So I'm very particular about going to people's gyms. I used to go with friends. I bought a membership one time and I never used it. I did Crunch membership one time and I never used it. But even when I go to these hotels, I got to wipe down machines and all kinds of stuff. I don't know who else was on. I don't know if they were nasty and they did all kinds of. I don't have time, so I'm authentic. Authenticity. It embodies walking with purpose, embodies authenticity, walking in alignment with one's true self and value. Are you true to yourself? With the relationships that you have, with the family that you're dealing with, are you true to yourself with your true self and your values? And if they're not honoring and respecting your values, hey, bye boy, bye girl, bye family. Sometimes we are born in families that came to challenge us. Let me say that again for the people in the back of the room. Sometimes we are born in families that came to challenge us. Some came to challenge us to be our best, and some came to challenge us to be our worst, and some came to challenge us to be complacent. Some people in our family enable us to be complacent, so we don't grow in complacency. If you're comfortable, you don't grow. Comfort is the enemy of growth and progress. Big up to Duke. What's up, Duke? Hope everything well in the surgery, man. I hope everything went well in the surgery. Okay, be safe out there. You know what I'm saying? I know him and I talked about that, so big up. And me and Duke got to resolve some. It's between him and my cousin now. Let them resolve that. I ain't got no time for that no more. I just wanted to find out. But big up to Duke all the time. Success, great. Glad you. Me and Duke go back from the '90s, so he interviewed me years ago. Big up to Duke. So let's get into number 7. Courage and determination. Woo! When you walking in your purpose, you got to be courageous. You got to be determined. Walking with purpose requires courage and determination, overcoming obstacles and challenges. Didn't I break down yesterday about disasters? Turn disasters into opportunity. You got to learn to overcome obstacles and challenges and turn them into optimistic opportunities. That's a word I need to break down. Optimistic opportunities. Courage and determination. And sometimes I go through some stuff just like you. I went through something recently just like you, but I'm still coming with courage and determination to walk this purpose that is required of me, to maintain my courage and my determination in order for me to overcome not just the physical obstacles and challenges, but also the mental obstacles and challenges, because I can hold things in my mind if I'm not careful, because all of my names, all of my first, my middle names all add up to the number 7, and 7 is one of those numbers that can hold on to things to the point that I become a worrywart. So I got to be very careful of that. And because I recognize that, because I recognize that, that's what has helped me along the way. The number 8. This is all my notes. I've been taking down these notes. I took these notes out last night or the night before. I think, I took those notes out last night. I was writing these notes out and typing these notes out last night. Connection with the divine. Walking with purpose is when you start to find a connection with the divine. It symbolizes a connection with the divine, recognizing the sacred in each step and moment. Each step, every little step I take, we will be there. Every little step I take, every little step, every moment that you take in life is divine. People don't realize how sacred every step is. Not just physical step, but spiritual steps. It's sacred. Even when you're doing negative steps, if you survive it, then you take those negative lessons and turn them into blessings and teaching moments for your family, for your friends, for the world abroad. So whatever I went through in the club life and with family and all that, these are lessons that I hold dear in my heart, and I translate them into finance or translate them into currency and energy needed. Because many of us need to understand the importance of how to redesign a lot of the madness that's going on and went on in our family. A lot of us hold on to a lot of the stuff. I'm too dark, or I'm too light, or held on to the stuff that your mommy and daddy and all the traumas that they've passed on from their generation, and their grandmothers passed on their generational trauma and all that kind of stuff. And when children come out of us, when grandchildren appear, don't stop the process, but accept the process, because when they come out of us and when grandchildren appear, they're supposed to take you to another level. They're supposed to take your grandeur, your grand energy to another level. Some things that you did not accomplish, some things that you did not do. You gotta be willing to be open, because connection with the divine, it symbolizes a connection with the divine, recognizing the sacred in each step and each moment. So every step we take, whether it's having children or having grandchildren, don't shut your child down and tell them, don't have children. Don't shut them down, because we wouldn't know the greatness of a noble Dwali if their parents or the grandparents shut them down from having children. Now, there's a time and moment when your children should have children. Yes, of course. But you don't shut them down. Encourage them to have them at the right time, because whatever ancestor wants to come through, that ancestor wants to come through to do some work in this day and time. That's why I got a new book called Indigo Children. Where's that book at? I got a new book called Indigo Children. Lord have mercy. I got a new book called Indigo Children. And I want to show everybody this in the front. I got a new book called The Indigo Children. What? This is a powerful book. This is called The Indigo Children. The New Kids Have Arrived. Now and this was written in 1999. No wonder I gravitated to the book. This was written in 1999. This is by Lee Carroll and Jane Tober. Lee Carroll and Jane Tober, two European people. But the information that they're pulling out since 1999, these children are now known. Now you got the crystal children, you got the millennium children, some of these children. And we got to recognize that sometimes he says something very key in this book. What did he say? He said something. All right. He said something in the back of the book. Sometimes you got to read all of it. He says, the indigo child is a boy or girl who displays new and unusual sets of psychological attributes, revealing a pattern of behavior genuinely undocumented before. This pattern has singularly unique factors that calls for parents and teachers to change their treatment and upbringing of these kids to assist them in achieving balance and harmony in their lives to help them avoid frustration. So the indigo children goes through that. The crystal children goes through that. The diamond children goes through that. So whether it's an indigo child or a diamond child or a crystal child or whatever, these new patterns that they have, we, the parents, have to be able to deal with that. We, the parents, have to, and some of the questions that they ask in the book, and they answer in the book, it says, can we really be seeing human evolution in kids today? Are these kids smarter than we were at their age? How come a lot of our children today seem to be system busters? System busters. How come these children today seem to be system busters? They came to destroy the system. Why are so many of our brightest kids being diagnosed with attention deficit disorder, ADD, autism, ADHD? Yo, good book to have. The Indigo Children by Lee Carroll. And he's the one that he's the one that's challenging Chiron. This is the one that's challenging Chiron. His name is Lee Carroll. So yeah, I got this book because I Googled it up and it was like, okay. Let me start embracing and studying, because I've been learning about the indigo children and the crystal children since Dr. Blair and all these other great ones. I've been learning about, but I never got an official book about it. I was always listening from mouth to ear. The griots was talking. Dr. Blair used to talk all the time. Dr. Blair used to talk all the time about the indigo children and all that. Then Taj Tariq Bey talks about it. Raz Mariah Bey started talking about it. People like C. Freeman L. spoke about these indigo children and all that. But the indigo, the crystal, and all these other children, the diamond children, or all that, all of them are basically same children. They're just coming out of different times and they have different missions. And they are all being diagnosed with ADHD and ADD and all these. So you need the help of certain psychiatrists and all that kind of stuff. Hey, it is what it is. But let's go back. Let's finish it off. I want to finish off what I was reading to y'all. Okay, so bam, boom. The ninth one, Gratitude and appreciation. Gratitude and appreciation. Walking with purpose cultivates gratitude and appreciation for the journey, acknowledging the beauty and wisdom in each experience. Are you grateful? Are you satisfied? I'm grateful, but I'm never satisfied. Let me say that from the rip. I'm grateful, but I'm never satisfied. I'm grateful, but I'm never satisfied. Let me tell y'all that from the rip. So when it says number 9 says gratitude and appreciation in my notes, walking with purpose cultivates gratitude and appreciation. So when you're walking in your purpose, this is supposed to cultivate and help your gratitude and your appreciation to grow much more for the journey that we're on, whether it's positive or negative, whether you went through trauma or not, because we learn through traumas, repetition, and symbolism. Say that again. Appreciate the journey, acknowledging the beauty and wisdom of in each experience, whether you are connecting to billionaires and millionaires or connecting with people on the street, damn, they're ratchet. You are always going to be you wherever you are. That's why Teddy Pendergrass used to say, you can't hide from yourself. Anywhere you go, there you are. Anywhere you go, there you are. I don't care where you are. You can't hide. Just be grateful. Have gratitude and appreciation, because again, with walking with purpose cultivates gratitude and appreciation for the journey, acknowledging the beauty, the wisdom in each experience. And 10 and not least, the 10th one, but not least, spiritual growth. You notice I always give 10 points. Now I've been given 10 points to each of my lessons and their meaning from a spiritual perspective. So this is the 10th one. Spiritual growth. It facilitates spiritual growth, integrating lessons and wisdom into daily life and deepening one's spiritual practice. So when you're walking with purpose, whether you're walking with purpose to be a mom, to be a dad, that's one of your purposes. To be a artist, to be a dancer, to be a whatever it is. Spiritual growth is and remember, spirit only means energetic, energy growth. You're growing in your energy because spirit is energy that's residing in us that shows us who we are. So spiritual growth, it facilitates spiritual growth, integrating lessons and wisdom into daily life and deepening one's spiritual practice. And last but not least, it says by walking with purpose, you embody spiritual principles, aligning with your true path and honoring your soul's intentions. Each step becomes a sacred and meaningful expression of your spiritual journey. And that's what I wrote in my notes last night, because sometimes I'd be up till late at night studying, researching, Googling, just to get what I want to get overnight, because now I'm in my 11 years personal year cycle. I'm living in that realm right now. My dreams, I can't even remember my dreams, because my dreams is my reality to a certain extent. And I have to teach what I've learned in the walking dream realm to the people, because it's a form of guidance. I don't know how long I have on this planet. I really don't know. All I do know is that I'm going to transition in my sleep. That's all I do know. And it's not going to be from no terminal illness and no craziness. Because I almost transitioned 10 years ago, 5 years ago in my sleep. Matter of fact, a year ago, I almost transitioned my sleep. And every time that I'm about to make this next step, they always pull me back and say, your mission ain't over yet, King. My mission ain't over. How many of you know that your mission is not over? That's why you're still here. Put a number 1 in the chat. If you know that your mission is not over, put a number 1 in the chat. Because we got some mission. I can't be the only one doing this and going through this. I know I'm not the only one going through this. There are others like you whether you in media, whether you are or in any form of these social structures and these constructs, all of us have a mission. Just make use of your mission. It was, and be willing to change and become greater in your mission. It was John F. Kennedy, our former president, that said this. I'm going to put it in the chat. John F. Kennedy said this. I'm going to put it in the chat. Let's see, Instagram. Y'all putting them number ones in the chat? Yeah, you know your mission. Come on now. Stop playing. This is what John F. Kennedy said years ago. I'm going to put it in the chat. He said, change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. Now, he's not saying don't look in the past and don't respect the present, but the future is the gift. The future is what we're all preparing through these past and presents to go into our future. So what I do as a Numerovator is helping you to understand your numbers so you can propel yourself into your future. So you can understand what you need to do as you're going into your future to navigate better. Just like we use the GPS, it triangulates what's going on. As soon as you get in your car, you could pull it back and pull it up front and see where you got to go, what's the path you got to take. There it is. That's the GPS, the guidance system, the guiding personal system. So numbers is a part of that. Astrology is a part of that. Cardology is a part of that. I Ching is a part of that. All of it is a part of that. So let's get to what's on the board, because I'm pulling out a lot of the nuance. There's a glare on the board. Can you see that glare? Because I'm gonna have to turn down that glare. Can y'all see that glare on the board? Can y'all see that glare? There's a glare on the board. But I want y'all to be able to see the numbers clearly. Can y'all see the glare on the board? Put a number 1 in the chat if you can see the glare. There's a glare because it's coming from my window. So I'm gonna have to close my window and get this place a little dark. If you can see the glare on the board, because I can see the glare on the board right here on my thing here. If you can see the glare on the board, put a number 1 in chat, because I want y'all to be able to see what I'm doing here. Y'all can see the glare? Okay, what I'm gonna do, hold on 1 second. Let me I'm gonna play a quick commercial break, and then I'm gonna come back to you and we're gonna get back into this lesson. All right, hold on 1 second. Let me play this quick commercial break, and we'll be back after this. Hey, this is King Simon, the International Numerovator. Remember, get all my books on Amazon or go to Linktr.ee/King Simon, the Numerovator. And remember, don't forget to book my sessions at 347-496-1022. Book now. Hey, I'm black. Yeah, so the glare went down just a little bit. All right, just a little bit. It went down. I got I got big windows up in here, so there's a big window right here in my office, and then there's 3 big windows over here. So, all right, good. Let's go into the mathematics of walking with purpose. The word walking in the Pythagorean adds up to a number 5. The Chaldean adds up to a number 3. Already, the word walking. I want to show people that are doing these words, I think they know the mathematics, because remember, the number 3 and the number 5 is the number of movement, expansion, growth. These are moving numbers. 3 and 5 is moving numbers. The word width adds up to a number 6 and adds up to a number 7 in the Chaldean. Anytime you're with somebody, it brings about a certain amount of connection. The number 6 is the number of balance, harmony, connection, family. 6. 7 is dealing with spiritual connection. So when you're walking with something, it has to be not only spiritual, but it has to be prepared. So it's like when you're going with somebody to the movies, y'all prepared to go to the movies. That with in the middle of walking and purpose means something. So 6 and 7 is powerful to be connected to the word with. Now the word purpose in the Pythagorean system adds up to the number 38, which is 11, which deals with the spiritual connection that the word purpose has. Because, like I've always said, the 11 is the number of the equilibrium that it brings between the spiritual and the physical world. So when you are walking with purpose, you're supposed to bring equilibrium from both realms. And then the 3 says you better manifest it and you better move with it. You better expand with it. So these are all significant numbers connected to all of these words. I'm telling you, the lexicon studiers and dictionary scholars know numbers. If they don't know, they know gematria, they know Kabbalah, they know all of that. They know it all. They know these things. So when I start seeing words showing up and names showing up as master numbers, like the name Jesus or the name Muhammad is all master numbers, what are you telling me? Then I understand that somebody is studying. Moses is a master number. Somebody is studying. David is a master number. Somebody is studying. I can't make this stuff up. So when I add the 5 plus the 6 plus the 11, it adds up to 22. So walking with purpose is a master number frequency. But 22 adds up to the number 4. And in the Chaldean system, 3 plus 7 plus 3 equals 13, which is a 4. The 4. So it takes discipline to walk with purpose. It takes a means of learning how to build and organize and structure what you want to do from a spiritual level to a physical level, because 22, which is the 2 energy double, is a spiritual number. The number 13 is the number of power and dominance, but it's also called the death card. But death represents the transformation that you have to make while walking with purpose. Sometimes you got to transform from dealing with your family members, dealing with your children, dealing with your mother, your father, dealing with friends that you used to deal with. You don't deal with that no more because you're striving to walk. Walking with purpose means you're striving to be a master builder, a master teacher, a master architect of your own life. And then because the 13 is the power dominance number and the number of death and transformation, you got to transform. You can't do the same thing that your friends were doing anymore. You can't smoke the same drugs, do the same Molly, do the same fentanyl. You can't do that if you're walking with purpose. If that makes any sense, put the number 1 in the chat. If that makes sense, put the number 1 in the chat. No way. If you're walking with purpose, you can't do the madness because this is a master number frequency. Master number frequency. This is masterful. And I want everybody to get it. This is what I wish for all of you to get it. If you really want to walk in your purpose, it's going to take masterful discipline. If you really want your power and your dominance and you want to transform, it's going to take discipline again, because the number 4 in numerology is one of the disciplinary numbers. So 22, 2 plus 2 equals 4, 13, 1 plus 3 equals 4. In both systems? Really? It's telling you in order for you to be walking with purpose, you have to have discipline. And yes, you're going to have to get rid of some of these people. Yes, you're going to have to change dramatically. Yes, you're going to have to go through the death walk. In martial arts, they used to have a death dance. The death dance is a martial arts dance that every strike is a death dance. Every move, every twist, every turn is a death dance. I seen Steve Muhammad do it on the Wesley side, but they never showed it. They never recorded. They recorded it, but they never played it on the air. They edited it out. It's called the death dance. That means every move, every strike can take out a person one at a time. Every strike that he struck, it's a death blow. And he called it the death dance. They actually showed it at the Wesley Snipes Masters of the Martial Arts, but they was told not to air the death dance. Death dance is a real dance. I mean, you could be dealing with 12 people or 10 people, and every time you hit that person, it kills them. Every time you hit that person, it kills them. Every time you hit that person, it kills them. I watched the move. I was like, it's in my memory, but I realized why they didn't show it or why they didn't put it up on YouTube. Because Steve Muhammad ain't no joke. Bruce Lee said Steve Muhammad has the fastest hands that he ever seen. That's what Bruce Lee said about Steve Muhammad, that he had the fastest hands that he ever seen. So because the number 13 is the number of death and transformation, it's important that you be willing to transform, because the negative of the number 22, what did I write in my book about the number 22? I like to read from my book because this is my words from my studies, and you could add on, you could go to the back of the book for the recommended reading, but it says the 22 is the symbol of a good person blinded by the foolishness of others. That's the first thing I say about the number 22. Because while you're walking with your purpose and you're striving to be good, you might be and you might be giving people the benefit of the doubt, because the number 2 is the doubtful Thomas number. And if it's 22, that means you could be extremely doubtful. You could be extremely second guessing yourself because you love your family. You love your friends. You've had these friends for 10 years, but your friends ain't changing. You're changing. So don't be blinded. It represents 22 is a good person blinded by the foolishness of others. So don't be blinded by the foolishness of your friends or your family that still want to do the foolishness, still want to smoke drugs, still want to drink liquor, still want to use crack, still want to argue and do all kinds of craziness. I don't want it around me. That's why I don't do it. That's why I stay away from a lot of friends and family. And even if I'm trying to make new friends, if I find that you are like that, one time I'm gone. Disappear, blocked. I put you in the block party. I keep it moving. I don't have time for that ish. Really and truly, because I cannot be walking in my purpose and people bring in madness. That's why I don't have too many friends. I don't claim anybody any new friends. I don't even want new friends, to tell you the truth, because I don't know who to trust. Oh yes, I have trust issues. I can admit that, because my life path is an 8, and sometimes on the negative of the number 8, we have trust issues. I got it. But what I also wanted to share with you is the angel and angle numbers of all these words, because the angel number is 562, which equals 13. In the Pythagorean system, how did I get the angel and angle number? The angel angle number is 400 in the Chaldean system. How did I get to those angel and angle numbers? Those who watch me knows how I've done it. Those who watch me knows how I've done it. But this is my methodology of getting to angel and angle numbers, and then being willing to pull out the books on synchronicity and angel and angle numbers also. So what I do to get those angel and angle numbers, I add 51 plus 32 plus 95 plus 75 plus 92 plus 87 plus 39 plus 676 plus 15 adds up to 562. When I add it all up together, when I add the doubling letters together, doubling numbers together, add up to 562. In the Chaldean system, I added 61 plus 32 plus 15 plus 36 plus 14 plus 58 plus 62 plus 87 plus 35. I got the number 400, which both add up to a number 4, regardless of what. 400 adds up to a number 4, and 562 adds up to number 13. Doesn't change anything as far as the single digit meaning or the double digit meaning. I just wanted to see where my spirit is leading me to find out what 562 meant in the angel number book and the synchronicity book. So in the angel number book, what does she say? We're going to be going to the phone lines momentarily. Remember, the number here is 718-210-8853. That's 718-210-8853. You'll be able to call in and tell me, how are you walking in your purpose? Are you walking your purpose? What is it that you feel that you need to do to find out if you're walking in your purpose? So 562, what does she say about 562 in her book, Angel Numbers 101? She says, Trust that you can improve in all areas, including your finances, your home life, and career. Your faith opens up new doors and opportunities. This is what she says in her book about 562. Trust that you can improve in all areas, including your finance, home life, and career. Your faith opens up new doors and opportunities. Okay, good. Let's go to her book and let's see what she says about 562. And what I like about her book, this is one by Anne-Marie Uber. What I like about her book, she has mantras at the bottom of it after she gives you a paragraph of information about what she, from her perspective, remember, this is the numerovational perspective. This is the numerovational perspective. So I might pull out a book on you real quick. That's how it works. Now, (562) circular passages. She says this number has to do with things that go in circles and oracles. Anything that predicts the future or is connected to timelines from the past to the future is 562 material. It is related to oracle cards, tarot, crop circles, runes, the I Ching, and anything else that contains messages of old for the present and future. Things go in circles, and this number clocks our revolution around the wheel. What was old is new, and what was gone before will come around again. This can be applied to your current situation. Much success comes from being able to see the whole spiral. Remember, when you're dealing with numbers, we're not trying to help you to be linear with numbers. We want you to spiral up, because either you could spiral up or you could spiral down, especially when it comes to the frequency of what you want to accomplish in this realm. Spiraling up is the positive, spiraling down is the negative, the spiral. So when she says towards the end of it, this can be applied to your current situation. Much success comes from being able to see the world spiral, see the whole spiral. Much success comes from being able to see the whole spiral and make a wise choice. So you have a choice to make. You can either choose to go up the spiral or you could choose to go down the spiral with that 562 energy. And then the mantra behind it, she says, the mantra is, I have clear vision. I see the past and its relationship to the future. I have clear vision. I see the past and its relationship to the future. So when you see this number, you have to have clear vision. If you're constantly seeing it, if you're in synchronicity with seeing it right now, you have to have clear vision and say, I see the past and its relationship to the future. So in other words, you got to be able to look into the past, but also see its connection to the future. It's like Sankofa bird. Sankofa is moving forward while fetching from its past, fetching from in its history, moving forward. We're still moving forward. So that's what 562 represents in her perspective. Let's go to the number 400. The number 400 in her book, says, God and the angels are surrounding you with love, bliss, and protection. If you're constantly seeing 400, if you're in sync with the number 400, then if you're constantly seeing that 400 or that 400, it means God or your ancestors and the angels are surrounding you with love, bliss, and protection. This is what she says from her perspective. And let's see what Anne-Marie Uber says from her perspective about the number 400. Remember, this is a perspective. It's not the is all, the be all. These are just different angles you can take while moving through. Because at the end of the day, each angle has a positive and a negative. Each angel has a positive and a negative angel frequency. Number 400, she says, lifetime warranty. 400 is entering a new level of security, safety, and support. You have laid the groundwork for success. Many karmic cycles have ended. The phase of freedom and the guarantees of good fortune has arrived. Aspects of the lower nature have been expunged. Rejoice that you have a solid foundation and will rejoice that you have a solid foundation and will succeed. The mantra behind that is, I come from a place of strength and have a rock solid support system. I come from a place of strength and have a rock solid support system. So when you're seeing the 400 or you're reflecting on it, you got to remember what it means to rejoice that you have a solid foundation. I realize why she have the solid foundation. The 4 represents the foundation of building, structure, discipline. And then zeros add protection, and the double zeros add a double dose of protection and also infinite guidance. The mantra says, I come from a place of strength and have a rock solid support system. You have to develop a support system around you, whether it's family, whether it's friends. If they are here to raise you to your highest and wisest level, then you must learn to lean on that support system. You need to learn to grow on that support system. You need to build on that support system. Build on it, especially if you're constantly seeing the number 400. So family, I want to go to the phone lines. The questions that I have for today. One of the questions, what does it mean to walk with purpose in a spiritual sense? From your perspective, what does it mean to walk in your spiritual, walk with purpose in a spiritual sense? From your perspective, how can walking with purpose impact one's spiritual journey? So we've got 2 questions on the board. I'm going to put it on the board right now. These 2 questions. Number 1, I wrote these questions out too, but I'm going to focus on, I got like 10 of them really, but I'm not going to do all of that. I'm not going to do all of that. So here we go. Anybody wants to call in, you can call in right now at 718-210-8853. That's 718-210-8853. What does it mean to walk with purpose? From your perspective, in a spiritual sense, from your perspective, what does it mean? And the second one is, how can walking with purpose impact your spiritual journey? Give me a call in and talk to me right now before I close out. I'll take 3 or 4 callers right now at 718-210-8853. That's 718. New callers is always welcome. Old callers are always welcome also, but new callers are especially welcome because I want to hear what new people are saying. I want to hear what new people are saying nowadays. You know, it's important to me. Even what your children are saying. What your children are saying. What is your children saying? What does it mean to walk with purpose in a spiritual sense? Let me tell you what it means to me. It means that I am learning to align myself with my purpose, because I had to align with it spiritually first and then physically happen. Then it physically happened. Like when I started getting into knowledge of self from the 5%, it took a lot to leave my formative teachings of my mother and my father with the Christian base. It took a lot for me because I was so used to the biblical stuff. But I remember as a young child that when they used to put me in church, I used to try to run away from the preacher and run away from the pastor. I used to run up and down the church, especially when they took me to church in Jamaica. My cousins had to run around the church to try to catch me because I knew how to get away. I would sneak under the chair and run and go. And while the whole sermon is going on, I didn't care what that preacher was saying. I didn't give 1-2 hoots about what the preacher was saying. So when I found out more knowledge and information that helped me to grow into walking with my purpose in that spiritual sense, then I started saying, wow. Then I started acknowledging even going down the Christian route or the Rastafari route and all those different routes was helping me to be the better me, helping me along, even going into the club life, because club life is a religious and a spiritual walk. Going down the club life is a spiritual walk. It may lead to negative outcomes in certain aspects, but it was a spiritual walk that I had to learn from in order to be able to speak about it. Going into the Nation of Islam, going into the Ansar Allah community, studying with the Moors, studying with the Hebrews, all of that was a part of my walk. And now that I understand the purpose of that walk, I'm able to bring all of it together and be able to talk about it and speak about it and help heal others or guide people, because it's heal people that heals people. Hurt people hurts people. And there's a lot of hurt people in the club. There's a lot of hurt people in your family. There's a lot of hurt people, hurting people. But when are we going to heal people? When are we going to work towards healing? Are you going to help heal your children? Are you going to help heal your relationship? So what does it mean to walk with purpose from in a spiritual sense to you? The number is up on the board, family. 718-210-8853. Give me a call right now, 718-210-8853. What does it mean to walk in your purpose? What does it mean to walk in your purpose? Are you walking in your purpose? Do you feel you got more to do? Do you want more to do? Do you feel you got more to do? Do you want more to do? So I'm scrolling the questions on the bottom. You can answer each one of them. How can walking with purpose impact one's spiritual journey? How does it impact your journey, walking with your purpose? How will it impact you if you learn to walk in your purpose? And if you don't know your purpose, what will it mean to you anyway? Because just for us to ask those questions is so important. Just by asking these questions. So give me a call right now if you want to talk to me. Did I turn my phone line on? Let me make sure I turn my phone line on. Make sure it's not dead. My phone, like I forgot to charge this phone. But okay, the phone line is on. 718-210-8853. The phone line is right here, right now. If you want to talk to me online and be a part of the numerovational history and numerovational universe, call me right now at 718-210-8853. That's 718-210-8853. The questions are on the board right now. The questions are on the board. Questions are on the board. Big up to everybody that's in the building, that's coming in the building. Big up on people on IG and also YouTube. Big up to people. Are you walking in your purpose? Just throw that question up there. Are you walking in your purpose? And how can walking with purpose impact one's spiritual journey? What are you doing? What's your next steps? Also, I almost forgot. I found in my archive a hardcover book that I want to sell. And if you pay for this hardcover book, I will sign it and put your name on this book, and I will send it to you within the week. I looking through my archives, and I found a hardcover book. Now, this is old, so this is an old hardcover book. Remember, and I will probably have like 1 or 2 of them. I'm trying to order a few for the Gathering of the Masters, but I'll have more softcover books. So anybody who wants to buy the hardcover book, this is a collector's item. And I will sign it personally to you. If you want to buy the hardcover book, it's $88. I'm not fronting. It's still $88, but I'm going to sign the book this time. what happens, I usually order it from the company so you don't get it signed. But this time, because I found this one, I almost forgot that I had this book. I had it let it laid out on the desk, and I said, you know what? Let me sell this book. $88 through PayPal or King Simon at 3158 Cash App. Make sure you put your mailing address or text me your mailing address, actually. But this book is on sale. This hardcover book is on sale. It's the only one I have here. Stop playing. It's the only one I have. So if you want this collector's item, it's not the soft book. This is the collector's item. I found in my archive. It's nice and clean. It's crisp. I don't even want to bend the pages so much. That's how crisp it was, because it was buried under some books. It was buried, so I forgot I had it. And I had to look. So I will sign it. Once I put your name on it, it's yours. And boom. So make sure, if you want to circulate to Cash App or PayPal, the Cash App is on here. The PayPal, just make sure you put your mailing address in the description. Let me put that right back under here. I want to keep it. I'm going to wipe it down too. I'm going to put it in a nice package. I'm going to put it in plastic, put it in a nice package, and I will mail it out to you. You know, at the gathering, I will only have the soft cover, but I might have 2 of the hard covers. You got to catch me fast at the gathering. You're going to have to catch me fast at the gathering, because I'm going to be the MC. I am the MC at the gathering. So I am the MC at the gathering. So it's going to be hard. Catch me. I'm going to have only 2 hardcover books, because I don't print them regularly. I only print them like once a year, once or twice a year. Those are collector's items, those things. Okay, so nobody want to answer the question. Okay, no problem. Then if you don't want to come in and answer the question and join the crew, I can close down the show, unless people want me to do their numbers. Then I will start saying, let's circulate some funds. If you want me to do your numbers, to give you at least a guidance of your purpose, we can do that. I can do that for the next hour. Once I erase this board, I don't remember nothing. Once I erase this board, I don't remember nothing. So I'm going to erase this board, because the lesson is over. I am done with the lesson. And if anybody wants to come in, if you want to circulate some money and you want me to break down something, $10.10 and $11.11 up, I wasn't going to do it today, but since people don't want to talk to me, this is what I'm going to do. If people want me to at least give them a basic of their guidance on what they should be pursuing in their purpose or their life path, here we go. I'm gonna put it in the chat. And of course, no super chats, please. No super chats. No super chats. No super chats. All right. No super chats. Super chats don't know where it's going to nowadays. Here it is. Boom. Let me go to my email that I can see who's sending finance. I wasn't gonna do it today, but since since people don't want to talk to me today, it's all right. It's all right. Let's do this. Let me go to my email. So people might want me to break down their birthday. I think, I've noticed that the numbers go up when I do break down the birthdays. I noticed that the numbers do go up on my YouTube channel when I am breaking down birthdays. So if you want me to break it down, you want me to show you, at least give you an inkling of your guidance through your birthday, then you can circulate either $10.10 or $11.11, so on and so forth, $12.12. We want to keep with that double number, 10, 11, 10, all of that. Okay, so those who want to do it, there it is. The Cash App is in the chat. Matter of fact, let me pin it to the top of the chat, since they want to do that instead. Okay, y'all want me to get it in then. Okay, y'all really want me to get it in. But my circulation is important. So the more you circulate, the more I'm going to circulate information to you. So here we go. Boom. Let me make sure I pin that on the top. Let me make sure I pin everything on the top. Let me make sure I pin it on the top. Okay, Cash App and PayPal is pinned to the top. I do this for an hour. I'm going to do this for an hour. Anybody who wants to get it in, we can get it in. I don't care. We can get it in right now. All right. Okay, Brandon Saunders ain't joking. Okay, Brandon ain't joking. That's what I'm talking about, Brandon. Be about it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. That's what I'm talking about. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Be about it. Thank you very much, Brandon. I see you. I see you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm going to put your name on the board and scroll it on the bottom. I'm going to scroll it on the bottom so we can know what Brandon is talking. He donated 1111. Remember, I'm doing 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12. Brandon, born. Okay, so Brandon, let's deal with Joe. Let's deal with Joe with my chalk. I just have my chalk. What the heck did I do with my chalk? Okay. Okay, there it is. Brandon, first and foremost, you're born 8/9/1988. Those 88s are very important. Especially, it's a very important factor as you are getting older. Because what happens, the day that the year that you're born represents a certain cycle that it becomes stronger in that cycle. So this is what we call the wisdom cycle. But these numbers can work throughout your life all the time. It's just that these numbers at different intervals are a little stronger. So when I added up that 8 plus 9 equals 17. Now, Brandon, one of your purposes on this earth, just by looking at the 17, is to have a creative, spiritual attitude that can lead to multiple streams of currency. Let me say that again. One of your gifts or one of your purposes, if you want to walk in your purposes, is not only being creative, but also the 7 is being spiritual in your creativity, because the 7 is still the law of attraction number. But if you're creative and spiritual and understand that your creative and spiritual law of attraction is there for you, then you could have multiple streams. So you're not limited to anything, and you're not limited to one stream of income. That's what I'm saying. And because you're born on the 9th of the month, that means you're supposed to serve the world and serve humanity on another level. Your job is to serve and bring your gift to the world, because number 9 is a humanity. But you got to write at least 9 ideals down that you always love, because 9 is the higher level of love, humanitarian, and service. The man Baba Heru, he's born the same day you're born, Baba Heru, and he uses his joyery. He makes jewelry out of the Kemetic teachings, and that's what he came to do. And he's been making money for years. He's been doing multiple streams of income with that for years, because remember, these are ancestral numbers. So you're supposed to be able to tap into your ancestry. You have 8 here, 8 here, 8 here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 8s in here. And 8 is not only the healing of physical currency, but it's also the healing of spiritual currency. So the more you start to go deeply into your spiritual nuances and finding out your pedigree of your ancestry, it can also be very helpful. And remember, because 88 adds up to 16, remember what 88 means. Let me break that. Let me show you what 88 means from another numerologist's perspective. What does 88 mean from her perspective? The book Tanya Gabriel. Let me share with you what she says. 88. It says that able to manifest anything, because you're born in the year of 88, and anybody born in the year of 88, you have the propensity and the ability to manifest anything you want. But it comes with discipline, it comes with order. What else does she say about the 88? Designed to determine the outcome of your future by using the intense force of your creative imagination. So you got to use your imagination. Magi nation. And remember who the Magi was. Magi was the alchemist that was able to turn little of nothing into something. Magi's. So the 88, which is the 16, you need to plan what you do and have a blueprint what you do. But like I said earlier, write down at least 9 things that you've always loved to do since you was young, because I know when you take 2023, take away 1988, you're 35 years of age. You're 35. 35 is a number 8 also. So you're in a number 8 year, going into a number 9 year. So because you're born, you're going to be 36 this year. And right now, before your birthday, you need to do a necessary mental cleaning, spiritual cleaning, and emotional cleaning, because right now you're in your critical cycle. If you get my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability, it has the meaning of the critical cycles and the different cycles that run through your chart every day. So one of your purpose, in order for you to walk into your purpose, you have to have imagination. You have to be willing to write down the things that you love to do and turn each one of them into something that's going to help you make finance so you can leave a legacy, because 17 is the legacy leaving number. And because your life path, when you add that 8 plus the 9 plus the 1988 equals 2005, the problem with you is that you're holding things in your head, because that's the number 7. You're overthinking when you're supposed to be downloading and uploading. You're supposed to be uploading information from the spiritual realm and downloading information from the spiritual realm. Not overthinking. Don't overthink, especially if you know it's positive and productive. So the basic guidance that you need to understand, in order for you to leave a legacy and have multiple streams of income, you have to write the ideals that you have down, that you love to do, and use your imagination, and make sure you have a plan and a blueprint to make them happen, and realize that you're uploading and downloading information. Stop overthinking if you know it's positive and productive for you. Stop overthinking. You're overthinking. Don't overthink. Do the darn thing, because the number 9 is the number of assertiveness. The number 8 is the number of discipline and organization. Number 16 is the number of planning and preparation. And you're born in the year of the 88. According to Vedic numerology, the 88 is the number of the ability to manifest anything. So if you're doubting yourself because of this number 7 energy, or you're not finishing what you started because of this number 9 energy, or you're overthinking, there lies the problem, Brandon. I hope this helped you out in some form or fashion. Oh yeah, you better write that down, or take notes, or rewind this and come again. Thank you for your donation. Of course, let's go to the next person that donated. Okay. African Goddess in the building. What's up, African Goddess? Donated 1010. You didn't put a birthday in there. What's up with you, girl? African Goddess, you didn't put a birthday. You just put African Goddess 1010. That's it. African Goddess, are you in the chat? When is your birthday? African Goddess, are you in the chat? Oh, you wrote it down. Okay, you wrote it down already. All right. When you're ready to do a full session, remember, Brandon, your first, your middle, and last name is very important to me. African Goddess, did you write down you didn't send me your birthday? You didn't send me your birthday. It's your birthday. You didn't send me your birthday, African Goddess. I want to be able to break down your birthday. African Goddess, if you're in the chat, put the birthday in the chat. Now, let me look. You might be in Instagram. Are you on Instagram or something? Let me see if you're on Instagram, African Goddess. Maybe you're on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, or if you're on YouTube or Facebook, I can't see my Facebook right now, but I'm looking for African Goddess. I need her birthday. African Goddess, I need your birthday. African Goddess, I need your birthday. Put your birthday in the chat. I'm going to move him out the way and put African Goddess in here. I'm waiting for your birthday, African Goddess. If you're in the chat, I'm waiting for your birthday, African Goddess. Are you on Instagram doing this? Let me see. African Goddess. Remember, if you want me to break it down, you got to circulate at least $10.10 through my Cash App or PayPal. Since people didn't want to talk to me, I'm like, okay, here it is. This is what we're doing now. This is what we're doing. Here it is. Okay. I'll scroll it on the bottom too. Only Cash App and PayPal if you're doing anything. Remember, I'm broadcasting on YouTube and on Instagram. So if you want to make the links with me on if you want to connect with me, you have to come on YouTube if you want to do the Cash App or PayPal, or if you know Cash App or PayPal, there it is. All right, so African Goddess, when is your birthday, African Goddess? Wrote it all down. Thank you so much. African goddess. I'm looking for African goddess. I'm not looking for Black Barbie beauty. I'm looking for African goddess. African goddess. Not yet. African goddess. Now I see Elton. I'm going to go to Elton since African goddess hasn't put up her birthday yet. I don't know if that's African goddess. You got to let me know who is African goddess. Who is African goddess? I'm going to go to this next person until African goddess get her mind right. Until African goddess get her mind right. You got to specify in the chat if you are African goddess. Don't play. And if you're not African goddess, don't do that. Don't disrespect people. Don't do that. Don't take people's money and try to use it for your well-being. That's disrespectful, and you will get the karma back for the disrespect. All right. So I'm going to go to Elton. Elton Dancer. I'm going to go to Elton Dancer because Elton Dancer just circulated some funds through PayPal. Elton Dancer just sent some funds. Yeah, you know. Let me text this lawn guy. Money is in the compartment. Okay. Hold on one second. Uh-oh. Hold on. Brother Rich just hit me up. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me just send this to Brother Rich. Hold on. Let me send this to Brother Rich and Brother Jeff real quick. Let me send this to Brother Rich and Brother Jeff real quick. Hold on one second. I'm coming to Elton next. That's 9/28. One of my ex-girlfriends was born 9/28. 9/28. 1989. Coming to you in a few seconds, sir. Coming to you in a few seconds. And always remember, it's better to really do a full session with me. I'm telling you. Always good to do a full session with me. Hold on one second. I got to send something. Okay. How come I'm not able to send this? Let me see. Copy link. Invite a member. Copy link. Okay. I got to put Jeff in the Discord. Let me put Jeff in the Discord, the Gathering of the Master Discord. Let me send that to Brother Jeff. He just asked for it. He just asked for the Gathering of the Masters. Peace. Here it is. Here it is. All right. So, all right, good. All right. So, Elton. It's a good name there, Elton Dancer. If I broke down the numbers to that, it's a whole different thing. I'm telling you. That's why you got to, Elton, when you get a chance, you got to do a whole session with me. I like the name already. That name Elton John was very big in history, although he was doing what he got to do in his own way from his own. Like, if you do a whole session with me, especially the half an hour to 35-minute session, you're going to get much more than what you're going to get on this board. I'll let you know that right now, because your full name, your first name, your middle name, and your birthday has a very significant value, especially because the name Elton has been very strong in the business, in the industry, especially in music. Now, let me make sure. So you got, okay, great. See, now I'm seeing something here. Now I'm seeing something. Plus 1989. Hold on. That's 9 plus 28 plus 1989 equals 2026. That's okay. Wow, you got a woo, damn. Oh man, please. Oh, wait till you see. Wait till you see this. Wait till I bring this up on the board. Hold on. 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 9 equals 27. Okay. Elton. Lord have mercy, Elton. You don't know what I'm going to help you to know. I'm going to help you to know, because numbers don't lie. People lie to themselves. Say that again. Numbers don't lie. People lie to themselves. Numbers don't lie. People lie to themselves. Numbers don't lie. People lie to themselves. Look at Elton's number here. The constant number that I keep on seeing in Elton's birthday or birth numerical scope is 10, 10, 10. It's a constant number. And when you have 10 at that level multiple times, 10 means you can manifest ideals, thoughts, goals, emotions easily and often instantaneously. Say that again. You have 10 one time, 10 two times, 10 three times. It means you can manifest ideals and thoughts and goals, emotions easily and often instantaneously. The number 10, because 10 comes with a big responsibility. So view things optimistically. What happens is you got to be able to view things optimistically when you decide to put out. See, what happens sometimes, the number 10 or the number 1 have the negative of the number 10 that you have constantly showing up on your chart is that you second guess yourself a lot. That is the constant amongst that. When in actuality, because you're born in the year 1989, that adds up to 27, which is a number 9. 9 says, finish what you start. Finish. And always think on a higher vibratory level. And because you're born on the 28, 28 in numerology, especially in my book, I wrote about the 28. 28 in numerology is the divorce number. So there's something that you have to divorce yourself from. You either have to divorce yourself from negative thinking, doubtful thinking, and divorce yourself from negative people that may hold you back, because the symbol of the number 28, these are all symbols. The symbol of the number 28, like I wrote in my book, is the promise and possibility, and it is the number of carefully planning for the future. So whatever you do, you have to have compassion about what you do, and you have to have a detailed planning and carefully planning, because the number 8 is the number of discipline, order, and structure. So I would suggest to you writing down 28 things that you always wanted to manifest and make happen. Since you was a child, go back into your childhood, because you're around 34 right now, 34, 35. So go back into your childhood and write down every little thing that you always love to do. I don't care if it's art, I don't care if it's ballet dancing, that you always wanted to do, and be willing to narrow it down to 10 and then turn those 10 things into something that can be tangible moving on, because you have the Wheel of Fortune energy, and the Wheel of Fortune energy showing up 3 times just in your birthday. Just in your birthday, the 10 shows up. And because that is known as the Wheel of Fortune in tarot, it means that you could accomplish whatever you put your mind to. All you have to do is not doubt it, not second guess it, because with 0 being behind the number 1, it adds potential. And you got 10 that shows up times 3. You got 10 that shows up 3 times in your chart. So you're wasting your time second guessing yourself, when if it's positive and productive for you, just do the darn thing, as long as 27 is in play, because 27 is the number that says you're supposed to be creative and constructive and productive with your intellect, and then finish what you start. But make sure whatever you're finishing is on a higher vibratory level. This is very helpful to you. Remember, your name, your full name, reveal your talent, gifts, and skills. Your birthday reveals the lessons and the life path and the personality and the alignment and the development that you have to go through, and the power that you need to show for. Because right now you're in your power cycle. But if you're not using your power, if you're not growing and developing your power, that's where the problem lies. Don't be afraid to use your power, because one thing about the number 10, what does it say in my book about the number 10? The number 10 is the symbol of complete evolution. And the number 10 is one of the best numbers to have in your numerical chart, alongside the number 23 and alongside the number 19. Those are the best to have in your numerical chart. It's a number of being very success and driven, being very success and driven, being constructive, being strategic in your thought. And because in the tarot, it is the wheel of fortune, it is a number of honor, respect in any field you choose to put your name behind, both positive and negative. But it's up to you by you not doubting. The negative of the number one is second guessing yourself and doubting your power. That is the negative of the 2810, the 3710, and because 2026, your life path adds up to a 10. So you're supposed to run your own business, be a leader in your own business, but you got to be able and be willing to not second guess and doubt. And sometimes it could be hard. And depending on certain numbers in your name, because you got Elton, which leads with a 5. You got an N, you got a lot of 5s in your name, just that Elton dancer. You got a lot of 5s in the name. So it tells me you got a lot of scattered energy, a lot of scattered thoughts. A lot of things come through. A lot of ideas come to you. But if you're not willing to put those ideas to work, they won't work. As simple as that. They won't work if you're not willing to put those ideas to work. So Elton, I hope this helped you out in some form or fashion. I hope you do a full session with me one day. Just text me your full name and date of birth to this number. When you're ready to do a full session, you text the full name and date of birth to this number. And then we can get it in and it will be recorded. And then I will break down each of your name in a write-up. I'm going to give all of the meanings to your name in a write-up when you do it. All right? When you do it, I will give all of your name in a write-up, Elton. So I'm waiting for African. Is your PayPal name under the PayPal is on the TA. That's another PayPal. You're looking up at the cat. Go on the description up here and press the PayPal. It leads you directly to the PayPal. Go. I pinned the PayPal and the Cash App to the description. I pinned the PayPal and the Cash App to the description. It's right there in the description. It's pinned on the top of the description. It says TAB and KSP Family Production. It's already pinned at the top of the description. It's already pinned at the top of the description if you want to use the Cash App or the PayPal. It's already. What you see over here on the front, it's already pinned. So you can actually just click on it and it will go directly to the PayPal or the Cash App link. It's right there pinned on the top of the description. Don't use that other one. That's another personal PayPal, but that is my PayPal, but that's another personal PayPal, and I'm not even in that PayPal. Hold on one second. Let me see. Gmail. I want to go to. I'm looking for African Goddess. African Goddess. You need to give me your birthday. African Goddess did not give me her birthday, but I'm gonna move on anyway. I'm gonna move on anyway. Okay, so yeah, I have that PayPal up now. So if you do want to use that PayPal that says Tyrone Anthony Brown, although my name is Tyrone Anthony Simon Brown, you could only use 3 names in PayPal. You can't use a whole bunch of them. But if you want to use that PayPal, I have that PayPal up now, so you can actually use that PayPal also. You can actually use that PayPal also. All right. Okay. So let me see who's next. Who's next? All right, Erica. Okay, so you're doing yeah. Well, I'm not going to do your name. That's only when you want to do a session with me. I'm only going to deal with the birthday. I'm not doing your name. I'm only dealing with your birthday. So don't get it misconstrued. We're only dealing with the birthday. When you're ready to do the fullness of your name, then you will text me your full name and date of birth, 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. You can either book a 15-minute pre-recorded session, or you can do a conversational session with me, which is 30 to 35 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. And then you will get a write-up of either your first name with the 15-minute section, or all your names with the full session. All right, so let me go to this next person that circulated some funds. Hold on 1 second. Let's go to the next person that circulated funds. We did that. I'm still waiting for African Goddess. She hasn't said. She maybe just donate and send the spreading love. If you're just spreading love, that's cool. Thank you very much. But Erica, we're coming to you next. Erica, we are coming to you next. Erica, we are coming to you next. I'm going to scroll your name on the bottom. Scroll your name on the bottom, but we're only focusing on the birthday. Oops. Scroll your name on the bottom, but we're only focusing on the birthday. That's all we're focusing on, birthday. You sent your birthday frequency, which is 1226. Okay. 1226. 1973. Boy, 1973, a lot of things changed in 1973. 1973 was an interesting year of a lot of changes made. And it makes sense because the 10 plus the 10 equals 20. And there was an awakening happening in that year. There was an awakening happening that year. So you're born in the year of the awakening. A lot of things was changed from the old norms into the new. As a matter of fact, in that year, around that year is when homosexuality was not called a mental disease anymore. They took it out of the book. Homosexuality or lesbianism was changed in the the diagnostic mental or DSM or DMS. I forgot the name of the book, but it was changed in the book. It was changed in around 1973. Let me make sure I got it. What's the name of the book? I want to make sure I have the name of the book. That's a very important factor because you're born in the year of the awakening, because in the year the DSM, Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Health Disorder, that's called the DSM, they removed homosexuality and lesbianism as a mental disorder. They removed it out of a book. That's what they did. Okay, so that's just a little history, a little brief history I found out a few years ago. So when you add 12 plus 26, that adds up to 38. 38 equals 11. This equals 8. I got to look at those numbers too. Got to look at all these numbers. When you add 1973 to it, that equals 2011. Already by looking at 2011, which equals a number 4, it tells me that you hold things in your mind a lot. You overthink a lot. You overthink a lot. We say that again. You overthink a lot. Okay, African Goddess. Okay, you say, okay, that's you. You're born for. Okay, we'll come to you after. You overthink a lot, and that is one of the downfalls that will hold you back. And I'm talking to Erica. Because of this 4, remember, when you add the month plus the day plus the year, it's called your life path. So with this number, it follows you throughout your life. And it can add a certain dimension to every part of the frequency. It's not the most important number. None of them are the most important number from my perspective. But the life path is something that you should pay attention to. And because the life path is a mental number in your case, and you're born on the 26th, which adds up to a number 8, which is a mental number, the purpose that you came through to do is really balance your mentality. Be willing to put in the hard work for whatever you want to accomplish. You have to work hard because that is the number of the number 4. That's the work hard number. But you need to work hard in something that you love to do, because 2 and 6 is the number of loving what you do. But you got to be very careful. You got to be very careful of bad decisions, bad advice, bad partnerships, and bad unions. Bad decisions, bad advice, bad partnerships, and bad unions. That's what you got to be very careful with, especially when it comes to relationships, business relationships. And sometimes you have developed a certain trust issue. So you got to be very, very careful that whoever you bring in your life, one of your alignment number is the number 11. So you got to trust in your intuition that it will guide you to what your purpose is here to do. Because today's topic was walking with purpose. So in order for you to walk with your purpose, not only do you have to be disciplined, not only do you have to realize that you're born in the year of the awakening, you have to be willing to walk in what you've been awakened into, what you've been awakened into, what spiritual, what healing work that you came to do. And why aren't you not doing it? A friend of mine that's born the same day you're born, she works for she works in the hospital. So she's already doing her healing work. You can go down the hospital route, the social working route, anything that deals with helping people from a spiritual, from a balanced perspective, from an open awareness perspective, because remember, the number 20 is the number of waking into some great purpose that you came to do. And because you have the number 4 as a life path, you came to put in this hard work and be willing to build from the ground up, because the 4 represents the square. Now, something else is telling me to read your birthday from across. 1 + 2 + 2 + 6 + 1 + 9 + 7 + 3. Let's see what that adds up to. 3, 8, 10 + 10 equals 22. So in another aspect of numerology and reading it across, it adds up to the number 22. When I add 1 + 1 + 1 + 2 + 2 + 6 + 1 + 9 + 7 + 3 equals 22. So the master number, which equals a number 4, your job, one of your purposes and your goals that you need to strive for, is to think on a global, international level of healing and being of service to people. But you got to be open to the awakening. You got to be open into the purpose that you want. And you have to use your spiritual discernment, because 11 is the number that taps into people, especially with your dreams, especially with your daydreams. It's always alerting you what you want to do. Ideas come to you real quick, but if you're not willing to put those ideas to work and put in the disciplinary work, because that's the number of discipline. That's the number of discipline. If you're not willing to put in the disciplinary work for your awakening ideals and masterfully build it, then that's what's going to hold you back. Because the negative of each one of these things, the negative of each number here, vibration, can hold you back, because you're not living in your masterful truth. You're not living in your building truth. You're not living in your awakening truth. You're not living in your disciplinary multiple streams of income truth. And you're not living on the master healer, master teacher, and master of spiritual equilibrium truth. That's you. And you're holding yourself back because you're overthinking, when you just need to walk in it and do the work in it. I hope that helped you out, Erica. When you're ready to do a full session, let me know, because then I could point out more in your name and your birthday, because the name reveals your gift, talent, and skill. Your name reveals the gift, talent, and skill. So, Erica, I hope that helped you in some way. Barbie, a goddess, is born 5/26/1994. 5/26. I want to make sure I got it down in the chat. 5/26/1994. To experience, to be taken for a ride. I'm too experienced because I want to rock and roll. I'm too experienced to be taken for a. And I'm not. That's Barrington Levy. He used to sing that. I'm not singing it the same way, but Okay, let's go to the phone. Let's see who else. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see who else I got here. Let's see who else got coming up. Okay, we got all right. Scott, I see you. I'm only dealing with the birthday. So if you are born on February, if you are born on February the 9th, or are you born on September the 2nd? Danielle, Danielle, are you born on February the 9th, or are you born September the 2nd? It's a big difference. Coming up next, I'm going to read African Goddess's birthday, who happens to be in the chat. Just a birthday. Focus. Coming up next, I'm going to break down African Goddess birthday, 526. 526. Anytime I teach at 26, I know you're supposed to have multiple streams of income, but you got to be very careful who you allow in your life also when I see that 26. Not everybody's supposed to be in your life. 526. 1994. 1994. Boom. 1994. That's 10 plus 9 plus 4 equals 23. Okay, you already got the royal star on the line. This equals the number 8. That means something. That means something. Remember, 5 plus 26 equals 31. You're living in your head. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. You'll go through mental problems if you don't get out of your head. Already, all 3 of these numbers are mental health numbers. All 3 of these numbers right here are all mental health numbers. All 3 of them. It don't have to be negative. I'm just trying to express to you that you need to find balance. Stay out of overthinking. Sometimes people born on the 26th can because it adds up to a number 8, they allow themselves to go down the road of being lonely or feeling lonely, like they're all alone in the world when you're not all alone in the world. And the number 4, remember 31. Remember what I said in my book about the number 31. Remember, y'all got to get my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability, because I'm showing you how to read these things through my book. Remember what I said about the number 31, and that is your alignment or your achievement number. So you're aligned with the number 31, which equals the number 4. And in my book, I talk about the number 31 being exactly what it is. It is the symbol of self-containment and seclusion. And like I said before on my last, I don't mind you being self-contained or in seclusion at certain times. There's certain times you got to be in your own headspace. I got it. You got to be in your own headspace when you're in relationship and all that. You got it. And whoever deals with you got to understand that, because you got a number 5, 1994, adds up to 23, which is 5. And you got to remember 5 love their freedom to be who they are and what they are. But this mental numbers, these 3 mental numbers, they have to be played with very carefully, so to speak, because the 4 is one that leads to depression. The number 8 leads to lonely thoughts, and the number 5 leads to nervous breakdown. If you're feeling depressed and you're feeling lonely, it can lead to nervous breakdown. So the power of using that number 31 is to learn to stay creative, enjoy life, stay focused on higher thoughts and goals. So because you have the 31 coming out of the 5 and the 26, you always have to listen to motivational lectures, motivational people, motivational things. And while you're listening, you should be writing it down, because these are all writers' numbers. And then whatever you write down as far as ideals, you're supposed to be able to turn it into multiple streams of income, because the number 8 is the number of multiple streams of income. Multiple streams of income. So, but it has to be something that you really love and care about. And because you have the 2, 6, and 8, you definitely got to deal with the healing aspect, because you attract people that need help and healing sometimes, but you got to be able to turn what you're attracting into a business. If there's about healing and helping, then you need to turn what you're attracting into a business, being a consultant, being a life coach, whatever it is, being a social worker, whatever it is, you got to be able to convert it into something. because that is the gift, that is the purpose, and that's what's going to allow you to walk in your purpose. And when your life path, when I add your life path to it, that the year that you're born, 1994, that adds up to 2025. So you gotta 25, that's 7, that's 9. That means you got to think on a higher level, because 9 is the highest single digit number on the numerical scope. And 9 is the number of humanitarian service. So yes, you came to serve humanity. Your life path says you love love, but you love unconditional love. But you got to remember, this realm is not filled with unconditional lovers. You can unconditionally love a dog, because a dog won't treat you wrong. A cat might not even want to treat you wrong. But when it comes to the human element, you got to be very careful of being unconditionally loving. When you need to be protecting yourself, you need to make sure you understand who is mentally getting into your head. You have to be careful of your lonely thoughts. So you have to tap into your ancestry so you know what to do and stay in connection with your pedigree. And 9 says you're always supposed to raise to a higher level of understanding, understanding, and humanitarian service. So your job and your purpose should be helping others, and it should be reciprocal, because 2, 6, and 8 are all reciprocal energies on different levels. I hope that helped you out, my dear. Make sure you're ready to do a full session. Then I can add your name and everything else to this. Oh, yeah, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it till you're satisfied, African goddess. I hope that helps you out in some form of fashion. I hope that helps you out in some form of fashion, African goddess. Put a number 1 in the chat if that has helped you out in some way. Okay, so this person said they're born February 9th. Okay. Danielle said they're born February 9th. Okay, great. Let's scroll that. Let's scroll that down. Let me scroll that now. African, after finishing African goddess. Remember, this is just brief stuff, man. This is like Fruit of the Looms, brief, real brief. You know what I'm saying? Real brief. Okay, let me get rid of that and let me start this. Okay, Danielle, get rid of that. Let me see who else is circulating. Hold on, before I go anywhere else, let me see who else is circulating funds. Hold on, let me see. Okay. I see Drake again. I see Monifa Lewis. I see Shabbat for AB. I see Monifa Lewis for 1024. I see Drake for Drake Ill for 323. On the wings of love, only the two of us together, flying high upon the wings of love. On the wings of love, only the two of us together, flying high upon the wings of love. Hold on 1 second. I'm just copying and pasting some people so I'll know what I need to do moving forward. Just copying and pasting some people's. So after, let me see here. Boom, bap, boom, bap, boom, boom, bap, boom, boom, bap. Here we go. Okay, so after Danielle, we have Yasmin Drake, and then we have Monifa, and then we have AB. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 2, 9, 2000. Walking in the sense of purpose. That's 11. 9. So 11 plus 2000 equals, again, This person has that 2011 frequency, which adds up to a number 4. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? When I add it across, that's 2 plus 9 plus 2, 13. Oh, man. Again, somebody like this person has to get out of their head space. You're living in your head too much. Get out of your head. The life path is a number 13 or a number 4. That life path follows you. Get out of your head. And still, if you feel that you're going through hard work or hard times, if you're living in your head in a negative manner, then that will pull you towards harder time, when in actuality, the number 4 is a building number. Your life path is about you building on your spiritual connection because of the master number 11. You're building on your humanitarian and international level because of the number 9. So anything you do because you're born, you know who else is born on February 9th? Michael B. Jordan, the actor. He's born on February the 9th. Michael B. Jordan is born February the 9th, and he is living on an international level because the number 9 is supposed to live on a high international level, serving humanity through his movies. Because you can do the same thing from a certain aspect, because the number 4 rules technology. The number 4 rules computers. The number 4 rules TV. The number 4 rules radio. So what you're supposed to do with a life path number is to focus on your communication skills. That is the purpose you have to do here. You came to communicate carefully, with structure, with discipline, with order, through technology, computer, television, radio, podcasts. Is also ruled by the number 4. Anything dealing with technology. So your gift or your lesson is to not overthink what you're supposed to do, but be willing to rise up to the highest spiritual level of what you're supposed to do, because that number 11 is the equilibrium between the spiritual and the physical realm. And because you're born in the year 2000, that 20,000, that 2000 is again part of that new awakening to some great purpose that you came to do on this planet. And because when I added it all up, it added up to 2011, you have to pay attention to what great plans that you come to offer to the world. So write down your ideals that you love and be willing to translate that into your spiritual growth, but also be aware that this is the number of awaken to some new purpose, some new goal, and this one deals with extreme purposes that you came to do on a higher level. Learn language. You're supposed to learn another language, because the more languages you learn, because the number 9 and the number 3 rules languages, the more languages you learn, the more finances you can make in different languages. So if you speak in Chinese, if you speak in French, if you speak in Spanish, that means you can make multiple languages and be in different languages. You're not thinking because you don't know. And the vibration of those numbers tell you that you're still going to have to work hard, but you're just going to have to love what you do. And the more you love what you do, it won't be hard work. It's because it's something that you love. Because remember, Les Brown used to say, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Although this is the number of work and number 13 is the number of power and dominion, you will find your power, you will find your dominion if you're willing to work on what you love and translate it into something spiritual, and make sure you do it in multiple languages. Just showing you how it can work for you if you really want it to work. If you don't want to work, leave it alone. Stop playing. You know, I know many people there's many people that's homeless born on February 9th. I'm telling you that right now. There's many people that's born the same day as Barack Obama, born August the 4th. If you don't want to make it work, then you will just be complacent or lazy or wherever you are. But if you really want to make this work, you got to put the work in, and you got to put it in these fields right here. Then you got to put it in the humanitarian and language fields. And you have to pay attention to your intuition, because your intuition is your first guiding apparatus. That's your first guide. Done. Next. When you're ready to really do a session, don't play with King. You don't want to do it, don't play with King. You don't want to do it, don't play with the King. Don't play with me. Book a session and see what else we can find and have it recorded and really unpack it. Instead of you have to go back through all of this and all that, you have your own recording, and I break down your full names, your first, middle, and last, or your first and last, or just your first name, and I bring you all the numbers connected to it and what they mean in the session and give you it on your email. I give you a write-up in the email now. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving write-ups. I'm not just going to record it no more. I got to give write-ups for your name because your name reveals your talents, gifts, and skills. Gives you your expression. It gives you your vowels, the inner part of you and your outer part of you. So that's what I'm doing now in the email, giving you those things in an email. Next person we're going to do is Il 3/23, 1987. And I don't want you to believe in me. I want you to believe in you. I want you to believe this is your birthday. It's not my birthday. I don't want you to believe in me. I want you to believe in you, family. That's why I do what I do. That's why I'm called the Numerovator. That's why this is called the Numerovational universe. I want you to believe in you and what the mathematics and the numerovation says about you. Because if I believe in you because I'm putting your birthday on the board. And like Les Brown used to tell us and a few other motivations, sometimes you got to believe in the people that believe in you until your belief kicks in. Because some people don't believe in themselves. Some people don't believe they can do things on an international level. Some people don't believe that they can rule the technological world but it does take work. Michael B. Jordan didn't just become Michael B. Jordan. He was acting since he was a child. So it took 20 to 30 years of work to get him to where he's at now. Michael Jordan, the basketball player, did not just become Michael Jordan. He was training since he was a child. Even his brother is a better basketball player than him. But look what happened with Michael Jordan. They're trying to tell people, stop playing. There goes that 26, that 8, that old soul energy. There goes that 5. Okay. Plus, y'all doing these little quickies. Y'all don't understand. You get much more out than just doing what you're doing with me. You get much more. Okay, so that's 4, 5, 6. Again, going back to the healing frequency. Anytime these 8s and 6 shows up, it's all about forgiving and letting go what has happened in your family, first and foremost, because this followed you throughout your own route. I don't care what had happened with your mommy, your daddy. I don't care if you've been raped or molested or fondled or whatever. You got to forgive and let go and grow. I'm not telling you to go kumbaya and go kiss nobody's ass. Don't be kissing Auntie Molester and Uncle Fester the molester ass. I'm just saying, in order for you to heal and become the healer that you want to be, you have to forgive and let go. Let go. With that number showing up. And when this number, because that's also a healing number, that's also a part of it too. But that will also help you to heal your finance, your financial connection, your willingness to have multiple streams. And because 3 + 23 = 26, the gift of the 26 is able to be compassionate about what you want to do, be a healer in what you want to do, and then make finance from what you want to do. But you got to be careful of bad advice, bad unions, bad decisions that you make, speculation. You got to be very careful. So you got to tap in to your intuition a little bit more stronger than others, because sometimes you like to give people the benefit of the doubt too, because you love people, you love energy, you love spirit, even your relationships. You got to be very careful or you'll end up sleeping with the enemy because you love sex. Or you get addicted to certain things. You got to be very careful with that number 23, because 23 can get addicted to things, addicted to marijuana, addicted to drugs, addicted to bullcrap, arguments, addicted to sex, Why not be addicted to something positive that's going to help you make finance along the way? So you got to find out what you really love to do, because that scattered energy of the number 5 be taking you all over the place when you actually supposed to find what you love in the healing factor so you can make money from it, because your alignment number is a number 8, and the alignment number says you're not supposed to be a manager or a follower. You're supposed to be a leader. That's what it says you're supposed to be doing. So be a leader in the healing fields. Be a leader in the traveling field, because 5 is the number of traveling. And remember, 23 is the number of the royal star, the lion, and the lioness. It's a promise of advancement. It's a promise of advancement. But if you're second guessing yourself and you're all over the place because you scattered with that number 3 and 5, then that's your issue that you're going to have to get counsel for. And because you're born in 1989, 1 plus 9, 1987, 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7 equals 25. There goes that 25. That's 7 energy, holding things in your head, but it is a traveling number. It is a law of attraction number, but it says you're going to have to go through some stuff to get to some stuff, because the number 25 is the number of strength, endurance, strife, and trials in your life. On a building level, on a healing level, you got to go through some stuff to get through some stuff in order for you to attract some stuff. 25, you got to go through some stuff to get through some stuff. Number 7, in order for you to attract some stuff that you need in life that will heal you, help you, and monetize what you want to do. All right, I hope that helped you out. Forgive, let go, and grow. Forgive, let go, and grow. Next. Don't mess with King. Don't mess with King. You know what? Next person is Monifa Lewis. I knew a singer named Monifa Lewis years ago. No, her name was Monifa White. I forgot her name, man. Monifa Lewis or Monifa White. I can't remember. But I know she was a Monifa. And after, let me see, Candace, I see you. I see you, but you didn't put a birthday up there, Candace. You're on IG? You're on IG. You didn't put a birthday. What's your birthday? I'm going to look on IG. What's your birthday? Candace, what's your birthday? IG, what's your name on IG, Candace? I'm talking to the person that shared, the person named Candace. What is your name on IG? I don't see that. Oh, yes, I do see it. There it is. I do see it. I see it. Okay, herbals. Yes, Candake, Candake, herbals. Okay, so you're born October 12th. You're born the same day as Dick Gregory. Remember, I'm doing a tribute to Dick Gregory. Remember, I'm doing a tribute to Dick Gregory. Oops. I'm doing a tribute to Dick Gregory. Uh-oh. Hold on. No. Cancel that. October 12th, 1991. October 12th, 1991. October 12th, 10, 12, 1991. 10, 12, 1991. 1991. The youngums are coming in. Okay, so after Monifa, then I have AB, then I have Candace. Or yes, I'll take off your last name so people don't know your last name, okay? Candace N. All right, so remember, this is just brief, like underwears, like Fruit of the Loom, baby, like Fredericks of Hollywood, like Victoria's Secret, just brief. So Candace, I got your thing, and I know you're on Instagram. Remember, Cash App and PayPal. I'll be here until probably 1:30. I'm trying to finish off everybody. Okay, so Monifa, you're born 10/24/1970. 1970. Yes, 1970. Monifa. Okay. I used to date a girl born on this day. Yes, Lord. May she rest in peace. She transitioned from breast cancer. May she rest in peace. Or let's say we just used to hang out. We didn't date each other. We used to hang out. But she came to my mind because her birthday is right here on the board, and she's a dear friend of mine. We went to massage school together too. You would do good in healing. Definitely healing, spiritual healing, law of attraction healing. That's what you do well, but you got to develop your communicational skills. And the communication is not just physically, but it's also spiritual. These are physical numbers of communication, but it's also spiritual. You have to learn to be able to communicate. One of your gifts is to be able to communicate, or one of the lessons that you have to learn is to be able to communicate not only with the physical essence of the universe, but also the spiritual essence of the universe, and be willing to use that communicational skill to heal people, because that is a healing. All of these numbers are healing numbers. All of these numbers are healing numbers. 24 is more connected to the need to act out things, the need to do sound bowls, the need to do music. So you would do well in all of that. Massage therapy, Reiki, you would do well in all of that if you decided to go down that road. In my book, I talk about the number 24. The number 24 is not only the creative self-expression that you have to offer, but it also deals with finding balance and harmony. And number 24 people can be very intuitive, loving, structured, and they must strive to maintain balance and harmony in their lives and learn to find inner peace. You have to find inner peace, because this is also the number of balance and harmony and truth and justice and reciprocity. And remember, the number 24, according to the symbolism of it, is the symbol of assistance from those in higher ranking positions. So people of higher ranking positions will always want to help people born on the 24th. If they maintain in balance, if they're willing to heal, and if you're willing to communicate clearly, because 3 and 4 are the communication numbers. You have to communicate clearly. You have to develop your skills on how to communicate softly, but yet strong when it's at time, in order for you to have the law of attraction number work with you. So your purpose, when I add all of that together, 30 plus 1970 equals, again, look at this. Look at this. It adds up to the number 6 again. This adds up to a number 17. So you're supposed, as you're getting older, you should be realizing that you need to leave a legacy, a creative and spiritual reflective energy and legacy that can leave something behind, because 17 is the number that says you're supposed to leave things behind. But it has to be a communication spiritual level. It has to be on a healing level. It has to be on a creative spiritual and multiple streams of income level. And then the life path is the number 6. You still have to forgive, let go, and be willing to heal on one perspective. Now, when I add 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 0, that equals, whoo, man. That's 1 plus 6 plus 10 plus 7 equals 24 again. So the number 24 comes back again. So your life path in one aspect is 24. You're born on the 24th day. 24 is the number of assistance from those in high ranking positions, both physically and spiritually. But you got to be trustworthy of it. You got to trust it. Because sometimes people with that number 8 in their chart, and on a small minor level, the number 7, can have trust issues. When in actuality, you need to be able to vet and research who you're dealing with, be able to tap into your intuition on who you're dealing with, so you can find balance and healing and help whoever needs the healing and balance work. So there's a lot of healing and help that you need to do. And that is the gift, that is the purpose that you came to do and serve throughout your life. This is your life path, but things has happened in the family that you're still working on healing. Things has happened, whether it's with mom or dad, you know what it is, whether it's with a relationship, you still are working on healing that factor. Don't be afraid to step out and heal. Don't be afraid to grow, because healers heal people. Healers heal. So we need more of you, even though you went through stuff in the early parts of your life, no matter what, and you've been holding on to it, because 7 holds on to things. If you've been holding on to it all your life, write it out, release it, let it go. And if you've been doing that, beautiful. Do it and keep on doing it and keep on teaching and helping others, because at the end of the day, with all these 6s, you're supposed to help with what you've gone through so other people don't go through it. And write the books, make the money, have multiple streams of income. It's all right. Charge for your services. It's all right. All right. Next, after Monifa, I hope that helped you out in some way. Monifa, she was cancer found by heavy, was what? She was a Carter found by deep. Oh. Okay, next person, we're going to AB. Monifa, I hope that helped you out. God bless you. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome, Monifa. God bless you. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. AB. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Hey, what up? What up, though? 11. Oh my gosh, that 11 is there. 6 plus 11 equals 17. Okay, 17 comes back again. Sometimes it turns into a 2 if you're not careful. That 11 can turn into a 2 real quick. I tell people all the time, don't play with that 11 if you don't know what you're doing with it. That 11 can become 2 real quick. Okay, plus 1983. 1983, that good, that 2000 comes into play. 1983, 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 3 equals 21, the initiation number, the star of the Magi number, the writing number, the creativity number. But you got to go through some stuff to get through some stuff. It's going to test you. It's going to test your determination. If you really want it, master numbers is not the easiest number to come through, but when you're born on it, you came here to do some spiritual work. Let's see what this lady says about the master number 11, shall we? Let me see what she says about master number. This is coming from this book. Let's see what she says about the master number 11. She says the number 11 is connected to the guardian angel Uriel. That's Uriel. The master numbers came here as spiritual teachers, visionaries, peacemakers. They came here and whose desire is to illuminate the world. So your gift, your purpose is supposed to illuminate the world with its vision of harmony and cooperation. That is your purpose with this number 11. And you're supposed to leave a legacy. Multiple streams of it. Multiple streams of it. And because it adds up to a number 2000, that's just the extremity of some great purpose that you came to serve. You just need to write it out and act it out. Act it out. And be willing to heal with your spiritual equilibrium, which is the 11. That's your personal number. This adds up to a 2, another healing number. So this healing stuff, you came to either heal relationship, and the number 11 is known as the spiritual teachers that are courageously demonstrating and teaching Earth students to stand in their own integrity. So you're supposed to have integrity, and you're supposed to bring integrity to the world, which can be your canvas of teaching and learning also. So when you have that 11 there strongly, and while being gentle and sensitive to not only yourself, but to others. You got to be gentle and sensitive to others. So there's a lot of love, frequency, energy, especially when it comes to companionship. But when it comes to relationship with your own, you got to be very careful of who you bring into your circle, because you got to be very careful of treachery, deception, and energy vampires. You got to be very careful of that. You're an old soul. These are old soul energies. You're an old soul, but you got to be able to tap into that old energy and remix it by writing down all your thoughts, your dreams, anything. Write it out and act it out. Write it out and apply it. You got to be able to do that, because you get a lot of information. There's a lot of downloads that come your way. A lot of ideas come to you. But if you're not willing to use your ideas, then that's the problem. You can't just keep it on paper and don't use it. That don't make sense. That don't make sense at all. Don't keep it on paper and don't use it. Whatever comes through you in your dreams, your night dreams, your daydreams, you need to put it down and use the number 11. Say, I'm going to do this in 11 days, 11 weeks, the 11th month. The 11th of every month, I'm going to take my ideals to the next level. I don't care if you write down 11 ideals and narrow it down to 2. Put those ideals to work and make them happen within the 11-day, week, month time span. And you'll see how everything progresses. I hope that helped you out, my dear AB. Hope you enjoyed that. Let's see. Let me see. Okay. Okay, hold on. I see somebody else. I see James. Gator gave some donation for James, circulated the donation for James. Okay, Gator is going to be the last person, or James is going to be the last person, because we're about to go on the 1 o'clock hour. I didn't want to be up here for 3-4 hours anymore. I did the 3-4 hour thing already. Okay, so this is going to be the last person after AB. It's going to be AB, Candace, and then Gator, aka James. It's going to be the last person. Let me put, and plus my landscapers are coming in. They're going to make a whole lot of noise, and I don't want to deal with that right now. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me remove AB. We just did AB. Candaces. You know that name, what it means. She's born the same day as Dick Gregory. Do remember, family, y'all need to come out and have a good time with your brother. I have a tribute to Dick Gregory coming up. Special guest speakers, special invited guest speakers, Dr. B. Sirius, Brother Rich, Red Pill and Blue Pill. Blue Pill will be providing the food. Tassili Ma'at will be doing the libation. And then later on that evening, we got Baba Ashra Kwesi. Go to my Linktree / King Simon the Numerator. That's Linktree / King Simon the Numerator. Or you can scan that QR code for the very early bird tickets. The early bird tickets are now $25. By the time the day of this show on October 13th, it will be $55 at the door. So you might as well get your early bird tickets right now. Next month, it will be $35. Next month after that will be $45, and then it goes up, okay? Okay. Let's get back into the show. Okay, let's get back into the show. Okay, so let me scroll this name on the bottom. Let me scroll this name, Candace, from the Ethiopian word Kandasi. Kandasi. 1991. Chub Rock. 1991. Chub Rock. Okay, 10 plus 12 equals, already the master number 22 is there as an alignment number. There's a number 3 there. Okay, plus 1991. 91 equals 2013. Okay, so 10 plus 12 plus 1991 plus 1991 equals 2013. Another person that came through with a healing number of the number 6. Life path. It follows you with these numbers along the path. 10, that's 20. Again, healer. Another healer. Wherever you are, I'm talking to Kandasi. Whoever you are, Kandasi. Talking to Kandasi. No more, don't circulate any more funds. Do not circulate any more funds. Do not circulate any more funds. These are the last few people that I'm going to be dealing with. Last few people I'm going to be dealing with. Kandasi, and then Gator is the last one. Candace and Gator was the last one. Because your alignment number is a number 22, you gotta understand that you are in alignment to do things on a global level, because the number 22 came through to do just that. The number 22 is the number that says you have the ability to download higher divine wisdom and bring them into physical reality, because it's the master builder number. It's the master builder and master architect of peace. And you are able to manifest and achieve and build your dreams and turn them into reality. You got to work hard. It's not going to be easy, because the number 3 is one of those numbers that is a fast moving number, but in actuality, you came here to work hard, but making sure you work hard at what you love to do. Just like Dick Gregory did. You and Dick Gregory have similar frequencies just because of the month of the day. Dick Gregory was a master communicator, because 22 has to learn how to communicate on a global level. Everybody followed Dick Gregory because Dick Gregory was the first to get on a major stage. Dick Gregory was the first to get on a major stage. So you have the propensity to communicate clearly, communicate in a fun way, communicate in a jovial way, communicate in a happy way. You came to communicate through writing, art, music, whatever you came to do, comedy. You will do good at it, as long as you bring in the healing factors to it. As long as you're telling your story about your need to heal, whatever you went through with mom and your daddy, forgive it and let go of it. I'm not going to tell you to go kiss nobody's ass, but write the letter. Tell them what you feel and why you feel this way, because you need to release it. You got to let it go. And because number 6 is the number of balance, healing, truth, justice, and reciprocity, you need to feel it and let it go. When I add the 1 plus the 0, plus the 1, plus the 2, plus the 1, plus the 9, plus the 9, plus the 1, that equals, when I add it all together, 1 plus 3, 10, plus 10 equals 24. Again, that 24 comes up. All of these healing numbers says that you came through as far as your life path to help and heal, and that you attract people that need help and healing. The sign Libra is connected to the number 6 also. And the sign Libra is the scale that says you came to bring balance to everything. So if you have friends coming to you for advice and all that kind of stuff, boom, you do well in counseling, teaching, language. You do well in expanding in anything you put your mind to through creativity and what you're compassionate with. And your gift is to be able to download higher messages, be able to write about those higher messages, to be able to heal and help with those higher messages, because the number 20 is the number of the awakening to some great purpose, some great thing that you came to do, and to be able to bring balance to those higher purposes and higher ideals, and be willing to expand on it. That is one of the purpose that you came to do. Whether you choose to do it or not, I'm telling you what the numbers are telling you what you need to do, but you got to be willing to do it. It takes work. That's what the number 22 for. It's a construct. It's a building. You got to construct it and build it, and you got to put in that work, but do what you love to do, because 6 is the loving number. You just got to do what you love to do. Be compassionate about what you do and be able to express and expand in what you do, and you will make it happen if you're willing to do it. Next and last person we're going to next. I hope that helped you out, Candace. I hope it helped you out, Candace. I hope it helped you out in some way. Make sure you do a full session with me. These little quickies ain't good. These quickies are not good. I got much more to tell you about your name, your first name, your middle name, your last name. Remember, those reveal the talents, gifts, and skills. Last but not least, last person. And before I go to the last person, just want to remind everybody, I got a $77 special going on. You have until August 1st for this one. If you're in the Discord with the Gathering of Masters, you have until August the 11th. But those that are not in the Discord, you have until August the 1st to pay for this, and then I will send it to you. Usually even on a Wednesday or on a Sunday, I will send it to you, the recording, and you're allowed 3 questions to ask. Instead of me just breaking down stuff like I'm doing on the board and you don't have no questions, in this recording, you're allowed 3 questions that you want to focus on. 3 basic questions. That's what you're allowed. 3 basic questions. So make sure you text me the word special. Text the word special to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. If you want a longer session or a longer 15-minute, because 11 minutes go by real quick. I have the timer and all. And you might hear me start speeding up just because I want to make sure I stay within the time. Boom. You can book a full session, a 15-minute session, or a 30-minute session with me by texting me your full name and full name and date of birth and say, I want the 30. But if you text me and say you want the special, it's going to be a pre-recording. You will not talk to me. You get to text me 3 basic questions and then for guidance, and I will help you. 3 basic questions you want guidance with, and then I will help you. Remember, numerology or numerovation is not psychic. It's here to guide you with the patterns, cycles, and sequences of your life. And if you're open to it, it can be very helpful. It can be a very good guiding apparatus, just like a GPS. I keep it simple. Last but not least, this last person that I'm doing, last but not least, please do not circulate any funds. I'm not even looking at that apparatus anymore, so I don't know who is circulating. For James Bond, born February 23rd, 1982. The last one, the last person. February 23rd, 1983. I want to share something with you about that number 23 from Tanya Gabrielle, what she says about the number 23. First and foremost, 2 plus 23 equals 25, which is a 7. 23 equals, which is the royal star of the lion and the lioness, which equals the number 5. And plus the 1982, which is your life path, is 2007, which equals a number 9. 1 plus 9 equals 10, 8 plus 2 equals, so this is 20. Again, the 20 shows up, some great purpose that you came to do, some great helping purpose that you came to do. So let's talk about the number 23 from this book here. It says, 23 have the desire for freedom and want to explore and enjoy life to the fullest. Your strength lies in your ideals and your intelligence. You have a quick mind, a great memory, and the ability to learn easily. You also have the confidence to manifest your ideals. Communication and research comes naturally to you. 23 is an ambitious and courageous vibration. You are loyal and passionate. The shadow side of the number 23 is expressed when you are out of alignment. You act hastily. You are headstrong with quick outbursts of temper, and you are impatient, self-centered, and patronizing of others. This is what she says in her book about the number 23. I have something else to say about that number 23. Because the theme of today's lesson was walking with purpose. Your purpose is to do something on an international level, and it follows with every one of these numbers that here. The 25 is the number of strength, endurance, but it's also the number of compassionate and being adaptable. And if you want to attract what you want in your life, you have to have a good mindset. Your mentality have to be right, and you have to be careful of being addicted to anything that's negative, because whatever you put out there, you will attract, because the number 7 is the law of attraction number. Is the law of attraction. So you can attract both positive and negative things in relationship, in business, in family. You can attract both of them. And although you love your freedom, remember the number 5 is the number of addiction. And addiction can go both ways, both positive and negative. If you're addicted to spirituality, spiritual growth, you could be addicted to sex and drugs and liquor and alcohol. It can go any way. But if you want to lessen the problems in life, make sure you stay on the positive and not the negative. And because you're born in 1982, as you're getting older, you should be realizing that you came here to serve a greater purpose, some great ambition, something that you came to offer, but it's going to come from your spiritual downloads, because there's a lot of downloading that happens. A lot of ideas come to you. And certain things you've held on in your head over the years since you was young. But because you're born with the life path number 9, you need to remove it. You need to detox it. And you need to clear space and complete it. Because there's certain things you've held on, and that can hinder you and stop you from growth. And because the number 27 that this add up to, when you remove the 0, 27 says you have to be creative and productive in order for you to reap the benefits of whatever you want to accomplish in this world. So the gift and the purpose you should be walking is not only international because of the 9, by learning different languages and thinking on an international level, but it should be a holistic healing level of great achievement, great accomplishment, and being awakened into something new that you came to do on this planet. And be flexible, adaptable, be careful of negative addiction, but be addicted to the positive aspect of all that these numbers have to offer. And make sure you're downloading what you need from your dreams, from your day thoughts, from your daydreams, from your walking thoughts, because it's going to come with strength, endurance, and experience, but it also comes with strife, because things have to come with something in order for you to make it happen. So what you go through, that don't kill you makes you stronger. But if you're willing to have fun and enjoy what you're doing and don't take it as something that's negative, you will rise to a higher level. You should do things on a multiple level, trying to reach a higher plateau of international status with this number 9, and don't negate your powers of attracting what you want in your life. You could attract the negative and the positive of money. You could attract the negative and the positive of relationship. You could attract the negative and the positive of business. Stay on the positive, don't go to the negative, and you'll be all right. I hope that served a greater purpose for you. I hope it helped you out in some way. That was my last person. Again, if you want to book a session with me, text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. Text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. Text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. Either do the 15-minute pre-recording or do the 30-minute conversation with me. You're going to get a write-up in both of those. The 77 one, that doesn't have a write-up. That doesn't have any write-up on the 77 one. That's no write-up. No write-up with that. No write-up. That's just straight up me talking to you about the questions that you asked for the recording. Do remember we have Joshua Sarah coming up on Wednesday. Today is Monday. We got Joshua Sarah, myself, and Carrie Ann Ingram. I think this is almost sold out, the Forbidden Knowledge Awards, but make sure you go to the website. If you can't go there, you can actually watch the awards ceremony on their Forbidden Knowledge TV. That's forbiddenknowledge.com and Forbidden Knowledge TV. Remember, I think you can still vote at 954-245-0086. Live stream to the Gathering of the Masters is up and running, so make sure you come. You're going to see me as the MC. And remember, Dick Gregory's tribute with Baba Ashra Kwesi closing out the whole day with his beautiful wife, if she can make it, because she might have to take care of a 100-year-old dad. Make sure you check out CarrieAnnIngram.com, CarrieAnnIngram.com, CarrieAnnIngram.com. She does distant healing and she does tarot. Big up to my other paid sponsors, the one, the only, cardologist, astrologist, and numerologist, the one, the only, levinuniversity.com, levinuniversity.com. Hey, do you want to work from home? Do you want to work from home position? If you have a computer and you have access to a phone, you can work from home. If you have a computer and you have access to a phone, you can work from home. Part-time, full-time positions are available. Use seasonal. You can do seasonal or permanent. You can do daily direct deposit, paid training, create your own schedule, but you must pass a federal background check. They don't want any thieves on there with you. So text this number right here, right now, 770-861-9906. That's 770-861-9906. That's 770-861-9906. If you want to make some extra money for yourself. A lot of people, everybody needs some extra money. If I had time, I would do it. But if you want, you could create your own schedule and all of that. Tell her that I sent you, King Simon sent you. If you do, text them or call them. Tell them that King Simon sent you. Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Hit him up. That's Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. That's my Baba, one of my teachers. Cartomancy expert herself, the one, the only, Amira. Big her up. Also, big up to my son, Green Studio NYC. Check him out. And also, if you want to book a session, you know the number. You know what to do. I am your man for that. And remember, take my Udemy course. And remember, take my Udemy course. And remember, take my Udemy course. It's very reasonable. It's very good. And after you take the Udemy course, maybe you want to take the 8-hour course, and you will get a discount after you take the Udemy course. Boom. Hey, check this out. Get my books on Amazon. The children books are selling. I love it. Thank you very much for supporting the children book. But get all of my books on Amazon. Numerovation for Mental Stability and every other book. Numbers are simple. People are complicated. Numbers are simple. Children's health is important. And numbers are no promotion is bad promotion. And remember, I have one hardcover book right now with me that if you buy it for $88, right now, I will sign the book for you. I will have one I found in my archive. I have one book left I found in the archive. I will sign the book for you. Remember what Dr. B says. I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I'm thankful for my life. Remember what Dr. Blair said. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Family, have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey. Thank you so much for listening to the first part of this show, which was the Numerovation and spiritual perspective of walking with purpose. All right. I was going to do the shade and the shade and throwing shade, but I said, you know what? Let me not do that. You know what throw shade means. There is always a spiritual nuances behind people that throw shade or those that like throwing shade. It's mental health, the mental problem, mental issue of people that like, and sometimes it's a jealousy issue also. All right. So on that note, have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Be strong, be great. And remember, stay numerovated in the numerovational universe. Peace and love. Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed.
King Simon, I love him. He's family, and he has one of the top shows on the Forbidden Knowledge TV network, actually. Right. So make sure you guys check that out if you haven't. Yeah, his show is called, it was really based on Numerovation. It's a numerology show, and it's called How to Calculate Your Destiny. Yes. By King Simon. He's the host of the show. The show has done so well, we're now getting ready to start working on filming season 2. All right, so King Simon, one of the top shows on Forbidden Knowledge TV, streaming TV platform.
everyone, it's Billy Carson, aka Forbidden Knowledge. I am thrilled to introduce to you an extraordinary weekend event happening right here in Miami, Florida on August 3rd and 4th. It's none other than the second annual Forbidden Conscious Awards weekend. After the tremendous success of last year's event with over 1,200 attendees from around the globe, we knew we had to make this year's event even more spectacular. On Saturday, we have a captivating conference lined up featuring world-renowned speakers such as Muhammad Ibrahim, Merkaba 13, Robert Grant, Billy Carson, and a women's panel hosted by Elizabeth Carson. Following the conference, we'll set sail for a VIP yacht cruise at sunset where you'll have the chance to mingle with your favorite nominees and celebrity guests, all hosted by yours truly, Billy Carson. On Sunday, August 4th, kicks off with a Forbidden Knowledge book publishing signing event, followed by the highly anticipated second annual Forbidden Conscious Awards. This is a red carpet affair, so come dressed to impress. Remember, last year we surprised a lucky guest with an Audi A4 during the awards, and this year we're upping the ante with a chance to win a Mercedes-Benz. So make sure you secure your tickets early. This event is sure to sell out quickly. I cannot wait to see each and every one of you there for what promises to be an unforgettable weekend.
So remember, our job as studiers of these metaphysical, esoteric knowledge is to help enhance people to be better. I, as a numerovator, using the numbers, or quote-unquote numerals, and motivation to get people to understand why they need to activate their numbers to be their very best self and maximize it. Because the numerals hold a frequency. And if you're willing to turn up that frequency, then that frequency can help to guide you and navigate you to a higher height that will allow you to spiral to be your best self. We must remember that.